The game already, Peter.
I'm just looking up to see if they've started the clock. They have up there. Now, is the match in progress, Bob? It wasn't bounced and the siren didn't go.
Not until the umpire puts the ball in the air and the siren is sounded.
Well, that's interesting because the clock on the scoreboard is going, and I'm wondering if the timekeepers will go by that. There, you can see it there. Now, according to you, and I believe you're correct...
It's gone back to naught now, Pete.
Yes. Well, there it is. Now, they've put it back to naught. Well, that's correct. Should we say take two? Now we're underway. Judging by that little altercation, it could be a very interesting evening. Lee tangles with Jones. The umpire has found a free kick for on the shoulder.
And I tell you what, Jess and Bortolotto are still at it down there, Pete.
Lee long up towards half forward. Now they can get a go at the ball. Jess going in very strongly. Picked up by Rioli. Up towards full forward. English has it knocked away from him. Chance for Carlton through Harms. Takes the hand pass from Hartney. Mark Buckley. Johnston. Probably the heaviest part of the ground over there. Johnston's kick up towards left half forward. Landy at the back. Can't take the mark.
Free kick.
In the back. Going to
Ashman.
Rod Ashman up towards
Desusto.
full forward. Yeah, I thought it was Desusto. Number 4. They've both got helmets on. And that's a mark. Malthouse just doing up the boots.
Great mark by Malthouse there, Pete.
Backing away with the ball. On for the short pass. Graham Straw. Right on the boundary line. At the back is Preston. Opposition from Buckley over the top. Almost a free kick played there. Umpire calls play on. Back it goes to Rioli again, covering plenty of ground in the first quarter. Rioli up towards centre field. Thumped away by English. Very solid weight again by the Tigers. Glass got it half forward. Shoots out the hand pass. Oh, Johnston missed it. He's still got a chance to make amends in a snapshot. Pretty good. It's there. And a goal. Well, what a start.
Yes, a lively start with Jess and Bortolotto having words before play. It's been a great piece of football by Johnston because 1 minute he was up on the half-back flank, then he took the ball on the wing, and Glascott now getting the hand pass across. Johnston missing a sitter, actually, but having time to recover.
Well, the Blues off to a great start. 1 goal, 6 points to Richmond yet to score. And we're back in the centre again. And this could be a pretty rough sort of affair before it's over. Mark Lee got the tap down, pushed away by Waitman. Bit of a scrimmage, and the umpire will pay a free kick to Richmond. It'll go to Mervyn Kane at centre field. Now there's a chance for the Tigers to go back into attack and reply to Carlton's first goal. Up to Jess and Bortolotto, punched away by Bortolotto. Cleared away by Hartley down there on that half-back flank. Rioli coming out to meet it. As Peter said, covering plenty of ground tonight. And what a magnificent player. Short kick, Waitman fumbles. Oh, wow, Howell got him too high.
Free kick, Luke.
And it'll be a free kick to Little Waitman. A wrestle going on between Sheldon and Rioli.
Rioli let him know he was about then.
Well, he's the next Golden Gloves champ. As a short pass. Whitten couldn't grab that one. Down goes Ashman. Finally picked up now by Palmer. Hand pass coming over wide to Wiley. And that's the Tigers' reply. And it's a goal. So scores dead level. What a start for this 1983 grand final of the Stirling Cup, Bob.
Yes, and an absolutely beautiful night, as Stephen Phillips said earlier. It's not a night where we've got that heavy dew on the ground, and the ball will not be as slippery as it normally is. So we'll find Wiley taking the hand pass from Palm, and we now find scores level.
We're very interested to get the crowd estimate, probably later in this quarter or early in the second term, but I would say we'd be close to 50,000, Luke.
Pretty close to it, Pete. Building up all the time.
4 minutes gone. 6 points each of 2. 30-yard punch away by Lee up to Roach. Bortolotto in front. Knocks it down to Hartney. In front is Robertson. Preston at the back. Rollings comes in to assist him. It's a holding the man decision going Carlton's way. And the umpire speaking to Andy Preston. And I think Robertson's going to take it, is he? Or is it Williams? Reid. Named at full-back for Carlton. Knocked away by Peart. Ashman underneath. Successful knock-on. Chance down there for Carlton now through Robertson. On to Sheldon. Into the 10-metre square. Off target and through for one behind. So Carlton lead by that margin. 1 point. 7-6 in the Stirling Cup.
Well, Robertson and Marquezani, who were named on the interchange bench, both out on the ground. I think Montgomery is one of the players on the interchange bench.
And here's Corcomelis. Right on the boundary line.
No, Montgomery's out there, Pete.
That was Williams down there, yes. It's a free kick to Corcomelis, though.
Jimmy, Buckley and Malin on the interchange.
Looking for Bazasto, and he's got it. Now, Bazasto wearing the helmet, and of course has a 4 on Ashman, number 14, with the helmet. He can look a little bit similar, but that's a great mark in front of Graham Landy, right next to the boundary line, though, for Peter Bazasto. He's kicked them from there before, runs around, play on. One behind. So Carlton lead by 2 points at the 5.5-minute mark of the term. As we wait the kick out, Strawn goes towards the outer side. And that's a good mark for Carlton, brought in by Williams. Lead being made by Robertson. Up towards full forward. At the back is Lee. Almost took the mark. Chance for the Tigers now. Waitman onto Peart, and they get clear.
Peart takes the ball away from that back pocket position. There's a chance now for the Tigers to boot the ball long through Jeff. And there's a good mark to Little Egan out there on the centre wing position. Well, Carlton 1 goal, 8 points. The Tigers 1 goal. Oh, there's a good mark. Hartley with a hand pass back to English out there at half back. Both sides looking good. The football standards very high. Punched away by Preston. Down they go. They pile in there, but there's a free kick to the Tigers. It'll be the free kick to the captain. Rawlings doesn't mess about. Goes for a long kick. Looking there for Jess. Goes the big punch. The ball hits the deck. Picked up here by Winton. Hooks the ball back looking for Rioli, but intercepting that time was Sheldon to take a good mark down there towards the back pocket. Over to Reed. Reed's kick is out wide. A chance now for Rawlings to mark, and he takes that out there a little short of half forward. Perfect night for football. Roach flying, couldn't hold that one. Scouting beautifully that time was Kane. And Bortolotto tries to smother the ball. He goes down. There's a chance for Jess now. Oh, bad hand pass. Back to Palmer, and it's out of bounds. I thought he might have turned and a snap at goals then, Bob.
Yes, but if the hand pass had come off, Lou, then it would have been the right piece of play because Palmer was facing the goals. Ball
out of bounds in the forward pocket. And tremendous atmosphere at VFL Park at the moment for this 1983 Stirling Cup. Fumble. Oh, there's a go now. A snap at goal by Jess, but he's up target, and it's through for 1 point. Oh, it's a free kick down there to Bortolotto against Jess. And, of course, they had a bit of a shindig before the game even started. They had to turn the clock back. 7.5 minutes gone. 1 goal, 8 points. Carlton. The Richmond 1 goal, 6 points. Ball driven up there now towards the centre wing position. Or overrunning the ball that time. There's a chance for Strawn, doing pretty well down there in defence. A left footer falls short. And there's a mark to the Tigers, this time taken by Palm out there on the centre wing position. Goes for the long kick, trying to drive them deep into attack, looking there for Roach. Oh, Harms missed that completely, but luckily for him that Hartley was there. Goes right across goals. There's a go now between Williams and Preston. He put him up balanced that time, Williams, but he got away from Preston. The kick is out wide. Coming out to meet it now is Moldhouse. After him there is Robertson, but Moldhouse with a bit more experience gets away from the young fella, but it's a bad hand pass. Now it's Glasgott's turn to turn the Blues back into attack. Oh, Bazasto missed that one. Pearce on the bottom of the pack goes for a knockout. A hand pass coming out. There's a go for Johnson. He's got a chance to kick his second goal. A quick snap, but he's up target, and it's through for 1 point. So the Blues move to 1 goal, 9 points. To Richmond 1 goal, 6 points.
There's a bit of pressure out there, Lou.
Bit of pressure, all right. It's a pretty classy sort of a game at the moment, Bob.
A couple of errant hand passes, though, Bob, haven't there been?
Well, I think that's indicative of the pressure that there is out there. Players making mistakes because of endeavour and the pressure of the side.
Johnson laid out his opponent. Who is it? Palm. You get a 15-metre penalty.
Right on the point of the chin.
Which brings him up to the edge of the centre square. Long kick. Roach from behind. A little bit too late to take that one, and Hartney beats him easily.
Doing pretty well down there, isn't he?
He's had a number of possessions. Mark Buckley on his own. Reed, centre wing. Oh, thought about giving it to Carlton as he got offloaded very smartly. Thanks very much. Preston clashing with Marquezani. Lost it too slow. Reed again. Another poor hand pass. Now it's Glasgow with the chance. Down to full forward. Bazasto. Mark number 2. Bazasto 20 metres out on quite a fair angle. Carlton already lead by 3 points. 9-6. Shot at goal by Bazasto. And it is rushed through for 1 behind, increasing their lead to 4 points now in the first term. 10 minutes gone. Once again, Strawn to bring the ball back into play.
Not forgetting, Pete, that Carlton are kicking with the wind.
Yes, he said about a 3-goal breeze. Landy taking the mark in front of Jones. Graham Landy right on the boundary line. Kicking so far very good. Hand passing not quite so good. Roach in front and has been paid the mark in front of Reed. Well, if he can fire, the Tigers will be in with a real chance tonight. Looking for Jess and marks. Strong grab. That's a better hand pass over to Preston. Oh, a little bit of talking here, yes. The mark taken by Palm. Could have been a nasty collision there. And Palm about 45 to 50 metres out, directly in front. He's gone for a short pass to Rioli. Not a very good pass. Corcamilis dives on it. Rioli scooped out to Sheldon. High ball towards centre wing. At the back, Jones too tall and marks.
Good mark to Jones out there on that half-back flank position. The kick is over half forward now. Players settling themselves. Oh, there's Bazasto grabbed too high. He'll get 2 free kicks. So Bazasto with the free kick at centre half forward. He's been in the thick of things from the word go. A pass, a beautiful pass, but Glasgow fumbled that. He's got time to recover. Oh, gets away from his opponent. Goes for a hand pass. Back there to Robertson. Hooks the ball back towards the full forward position. But there's the big fella there. Oh, he's caught him under the chin. Could be a free kick against him. He got
reverse it, yes.
By golly, he was lucky that time. There could have been a reportable offence too, Bob.
Watch it again now as we see Lee.
Oh, golly, how lucky could he have been? And there's a free kick and a chance now for Carlton to put their second goal on the board. Billy's play on the part of Lee that time.
Dr. Allett may have some work after this.
Yeah, I'd reckon. Certainly jolted Mark Buckley's head back. He's only about 12 metres out, directly in front just about. There's the kick. And that's another goal to the Blues.
Well, do you think that was intentional or an accident?
Accident, intentional, any way you like, Pete. It's still a free kick. It's still a free kick, and there's no doubt that Mark Buckley thought it was intentional.
Well, we expected a few fireworks. Jimmy Jess and Mario Bortolotto let us know that they were going to be on.
Just on 13 minutes gone, the Blues are now 16 points to Richmond 6 points. Finally, Aspen gets a high kick, doesn't cover any distance at all. The ball tapped out again. There's a go now for the ball to be driven up that time by Williams, up towards the full forward position. Bazasto couldn't get there in time, and it beats him and goes through for 1 point. Carlton kicking with a breeze, Bob said it's worth about 3 goals, so they're 2 goals, 5-17 on the board to Richmond, 1 goal, 6 points.
Corcamilis over the top and has been paid the mark. Or will it be a free kick?
No, the mark to Waitman, Pete. Front man.
Yes, he was in front, certainly. Dale Waitman at right half-back flank. At the back is Reed. Goes the punch. Well, that surely is in the back. No. Umpire not paying the free kick to Robertson. Or Williams, rather. Knocked down by Jones, taken by Ashman, tries to thread his way through the pack. Strawn knocks it away from Howe. Given up towards half forward by Rawlings, and the mark has been paid. Egan looking for a 15-metre penalty. The umpire says no. He plays off. Jess in the front position. Knocked away by Bortolotto, tries to get a hand pass out. Oh, Rawlings' leg. No free kick. Just putting the body in well. Ashman going through solidly.
They're letting it go, that's for sure.
That is an understatement.
Certainly legged, wasn't he?
He was. On the other side of the umpire and not seen. Roach and Reed, Sheldon can't get it past Kane, who in turn fires it to Preston and a shot at goal, going pretty close. 2-on-1 out here, and the mark taken by English. And Jess will be penalised 15 metres or brought back at least 5. Sheldon playing on around the member stand side. Marquezani in front over the top. Sheldon and a great mark.
Well, it's a pretty high standard game, Robert, isn't it?
He couldn't ask for better at the moment, Lou. It's got everything that you could ask of for a final.
Marquezani, 55-metre kick. Mark taken by Lee. Doesn't put out the hand this time. Ball back whence it came. Roach couldn't take the mark. Johnston to half forward. Ashman tries to knock it on, gets it down to Glascott. Hand pass over from Robertson to Bazasto, close to the goal square, and the snapshot is high.
Free kick to Robertson.
Well, they've already got one goal from a free kick that went to Mark Buckley against Big Lee, and now here's their second one, if he can put it through. It's not going to Glascott, it's going to Robertson, as Bob mentioned. And you can see only about 30 metres out from goal, actually almost in the same position that Mark Buckley got his from. Umpire moves across a little bit. 1 point. And no luck at all there. For Carlton, the score's 18-6. A difference of 12 points in favour of the Blues, 16.5 minutes gone.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. Ball falls a bit short now. Going for the punch that time was Williams, but it ricocheted off with the fist over there to Lee. His kick falls a bit short. Jeff couldn't pick that one up. There's a battle going on there between him and Johnson. Johnson trying to get clear, but he's in a heck of a lot of trouble out there, and the umpire said it'll be a free kick to him for a push in the back. So Johnson's been a pretty effective player in this first quarter for the Blues. Always a dangerous player.
4 kicks.
4 kicks, and of course unsighted in the first half down there at Geelong and became a match winner after half-time. Down goes Williams again. Gets a hand pass out. Once again, it's the wrong man. So was Lee's over to Johnson. Again, it'll fall a bit short. The mark here to Moldhouse. I tell you what, Mark Buckley wouldn't want to hang on to Mickey Moldhouse too long.
Yes, well, Moldhouse would have been hand passing on then, so it was good play really by Buckley.
So he gets a 15-metre penalty out there towards Roach. That's a great mark. He's off like a rocket over to Kane. The ball up there to Jess, but it's too long. Out comes Mario Bortolotto. Jess has got him. Flung him to the ground. But there's English backing up, but doesn't he always do that? And a beautiful pass there to Marquezani. And another one back. Oh, he's fumbled it. Now's a chance. A hand pass coming back there. Oh, they got it going now. A chance for Whitten to have a shot at goal. Let's go and fires. It's a shocking kick. Oh, Hartley's grabbed too high, but the umpire's still calling play on. Talk about letting it go. And there'll be a ball. There's a bit of a box on. Bortolotto in it again.
Oh, that was a nice left rip, wasn't it?
Well, it went a bit low, and the umpire said there'll be a free kick down there. I think it might go to Hartley. A quick hand pass coming out there to Hart. My golly, it's going to be on for Young and old. As a matter of fact, it is now. There's Rioli. Or is it, yes, Rioli getting into the back of Sheldon. Talk about no big pardons. 2 goals, 6-18. Carlton to Richmond, 1 goal, 6 points. Just over the 18-minute mark. The ball shot back there towards Marquezani. Takes the mark. Palm, good play. Knocks it away from him. But Corcomelis is there, backing up. Drives the ball back. Bazasto got under it. Couldn't hold the mark. Picked up by Mark Lee. Playing a loose man down there in defence. There was a trip to Jeffy. Was grabbed by Oz. There they go again. Oh, down goes Bazasto. Jeffy to win.
Foolish play by Jeff. He had the free kick.
Yes.
He had the free kick.
And Bazasto, look at this crowd going. Man, a crowd about 50,000. Oh, what a game this is. As the ball is picked up by Johnson. A long hand pass coming out to Montgomery. Straightens up, fires. But he's off target and through for 1 point. By golly, Peter, I'm glad I'm sitting up here tonight.
Not safer on this side of the fence, I think, Lou.
2 goals, 7-19. Carlton to Richmond, 1 goal, 6 points. And boy, have we got a game on our hands tonight.
2 very foolish free kicks by Richmond, though. The first one resulting in a goal against Lee. Buckley took the free kick, and against Jeff again, the instance you've just seen. Free kick going to Richmond this time, and it will be taken by Mark Lee. Lee from halfback. Roach in front of Reed. And that's a 15-metre penalty applied by umpire Nash. Clock showing 19 and a half minutes gone. They've got 30 seconds to score a goal. Jess.
If anyone can, Peter,
yes.
it's Jimmy Jess.
That's right. He'd be the longest kick easily on the ground. He can get onto one of his torpedo punts. The Tigers could be up there at quarter time. The long kick off target slightly. Mark taken down there by Harms, right in the goal square. Hand passes over towards Montgomery. Knocked away from Corcomelis. As the siren goes to the end of a very interesting first quarter in the Stirling Cup for 1983. In the grand final scoreboard at quarter time, Carlton 2-7-19, leading Richmond 1 goal, 6 points.
No team has won the night premiership under the VFL Park lights twice since the competition was reintroduced back in 1977. Carlton is tonight making its third grand final appearance, equaling North's record, but as yet the Blues are to taste success. In 1977, under Ian Thorogood, they lost to Hawthorn, and in 1981 were overtaken by Kevin Sheedy's enthusiastic young Bombers. Tonight, Carlton strives for that elusive glory in the grand final of the 1983 Stirling Cup. And you're with the Blues on 7 Sport.
Was the fact that they didn't have the breeze in that quarter, but Carlton certainly did not take advantage of the number of times they had the ball in their scoring area.
Second quarter just about to get underway. 19 points to 6 in favour of Carlton. Second quarter of the 83 Stirling Cup Grand Final from VFL Park. The Blues leading 19 points to 6. Richmond this quarter, kicking with the advantage of this slight breeze here at VFL Park. We said it was about a 3-goal wind. Can the Tigers take advantage of it? English, short pass out to Glascott on left centre wing. On towards Montgomery. In front is Mark Buckley. Can't take the mark. Hand pass comes out towards Corcomelis from Sheldon. And picked up out there by Williams. In towards full forward. And the Blues doing everything right so far as the mark is taken by Peter Bazasto.
Missing Pete that Rawlings is going everywhere that Ashman does. In that first term, even went to the forward pocket.
Look at that for a kick. Lovely shot at goal by Peter Bazasto, and Carlton go further ahead, 25 to 6.
Well, Bazasto already proving dangerous. He's had a hand in a couple of goals now, kicking one himself. But as I was saying, Ashman having the shadow of Rawlings, even though Rawlings does not go into the centre square for the bounce. Once Wiley's in there, so too Kane and Rioli. But the moment that the bounce takes place, Rawlings then goes and picks up Ashman.
25 to 6 now. Oh, that was a bit of a sandwich, and Rioli came off second best. Wiley, though, drives the Tigers into attack. Jess at the back, a knock on, no one there to take it. English for Carlton is there. He's been doing a lot of good work down there. Bortolotto shoots out the hand pass. Blues go out of danger through Hartney, up towards centre field. Williams. And the mark is taken for Richmond by Mickey Malthouse.
Malthouse shoots the ball across towards the centre of the ground. It's a good pass. A mark to Egan. Back to Rioli. Well grabbed that time by Bazasto. Oh, and so is Egan. They're tackling pretty well at the moment, Carlton. And they mean business. The ball goes down to their half-forward line. Here's a go for Marquezani. Out to Johnson. Johnson's kick is smothered. Back to the centre of the ground again. There's a chance now for Palm to get clear. Brust his opponent off. Beautiful that time, Ashman. Over to Wiley. Now the Tigers go back into attack. Down there towards Jess. He's got the mark. No, he didn't pay that. Oh, golly, there's going to be a free kick on the shoulder. It was a mark before that, Bob.
He had plenty of opportunity to hold it, Lou. He didn't bring the ball down. And when you're on your own, you should hold it. But watch again, and Jess should not have lost it, but he's got the free kick, as we see now. The tackle by Reed, too high in the first place.
Waiting now for Jimmy Jess to put the Tigers' second goal on the board. And they badly need this one. Into this quarter by just on 3 minutes. That's the second. The kick by Jess covers plenty of distance. But I think he's off target. Yes, through for 1 point. So the Tigers move on to 1 goal, 7 points to Carlton 3-7-25 as we wait now for the ball to come back into play by Harms. Out there towards English. Having a battle there with Winton. Well on top at the moment. In goes Rioli, right on the boundary line. Tries to sling it back, but the ball is out of bounds on Richmond's half-forward on about 70 metres around from their goal. It'll be Roach against Jones for the knockout. Jones taps it down. Sheldon gets a hand pass out, back to English. Very heavy over there on that half-forward flank. And the umpires decided to ball it up about 55 metres out from the Richmond goal. Once again, it'll be Roach and Jones to go for the knockout. Jones taps it down to Sheldon again. They get it out of that danger zone, but straight to the hands of Rawlings, who quickly plays on, boots it long. There's a chance for Wiley, but Harms comes in, didn't grab the mark. The umpire says play on. A hand pass from Hartney. Out there to Little Ashman on his own. Well collared by Preston, but he's still got the kick out wide. Coming out to meet it now is Marcazzani. Couldn't pick that up. And the ball is finally shot out there towards Wall on that wing position, but he's just about over the boundary line. No, the umpire said he's in play. And the ball back there towards Kane, and that's nearly a mark, nearly a free kick, but the umpire said play on, as it's finally picked up by Reid, and he takes it away from the danger zone.
Up towards centre wing, but there has been a whistle.
Kick upfield, Pete.
And it will be, it could be another 15-metre penalty. Yes, it is to be taken by Robertson. Now he decides to play on. Short pass, and the mark is taken by Bazusto.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bazusto's leading Landy a merry dance at the moment.
4 marks already, Lou.
And the mark taken further downfield for Carlton by Robertson in the left forward pocket, about 25 metres out from goal, and Francis Burke, I think, is starting to bite the nails. Understandably. Winding it up like a professional golfer does a putt. Not quite with the same success. In towards the forward pocket. Johnston, tackled by Jepp, who goes after it well and wins out. Lovely play on the Wiley, left half-back flank. Probably Richmond's best player at the moment. Certainly their most creative in towards centre field. Reid defending well. Wiley there again, putting the body in superbly. Out of bounds, I fancy. And a boundary throw in on the outer wing. 5.5 minutes gone, second quarter. Jones and Lee. Comes down to Egan. Plenty of Carlton players there, and getting there first is Hartney.
Richmond a forward line, not looking the best at the moment, Robert.
No, the Carlton defence playing exceptionally well.
Egan will take the mark and get that, or the free kick for out of bounds on the full.
Roach, the only really effective Richmond forward so far.
Plays on it, could have been touched off the boot. Here's Roach, knocked away by Bordelotto, so we'll never know. Looking for a hand pass is Michael Roach. Rawlings at the back, knocked away from him. Out comes Winton, couldn't take the mark. And going through solidly is Williams. On towards Sheldon, left half-back flank. Short pass by Sheldon, up towards centre wing, and Bazusto taking the mark again. Mark number 5. Bazusto shaping up as Carlton's best player. Jones, a little bit short with that dive. Rioli grabbed too high, was he? Tries to get it to Lee, but there will be a free kick. And I think it's going to Rioli, or is Lee going to take it? No, Lee takes it at right centre wing for Richmond.
And Lee's kick is over that half-forward line. Roach couldn't grab that one. Backing up well as Reid. They're doing well, that Carlton defence at the moment. Back it goes to Kane. Kane can't get through the pack. They're tackling. That was Corker-Mealis. Finally, Roach gets the ball back there, and there's a good marking defence by English. One of the most reliable defenders in the business. Over to Ashman. Ashman out wide looking for Harms, and he takes an easy mark there in front of Egan out there at half-back. So there's the kick out wide. Chance for Marcazzani to mark this. He fumbles. He's got plenty of time to recover and get away from Palm. A long kick down there towards the forward pocket. Good play on the part of Mark Buckley. Back it goes to Johnson. He fumbled that time. Oh, magnificent play. But the umpires found a free kick to Johnson on the shoulder. And Johnson's already kicked 1 goal. He'd be about 35 metres out from goal now on a slight angle. Of course, Bazusto, the danger player down there, getting away from Landy all the time. And I think that Burke will move Landy before long. There's the kick by Johnson. It's a goal.
This was a great piece of play on that occasion by Wayne Harms. After taking the mark from the kick by Ashman, Harms, seeing that there was a great deal of space out in front of Marcazzani, kicked the ball as far out in front of the Marquezani as he possibly could to give the Carlton speedster every opportunity to use his speed. And so it really was a fine piece of thinking by Wayne Harms.
Just on the 8.5-minute mark, Carlton looking good at the moment for the 1983 Stirling Cup Premiership. 4 goals, 7-31 to Richmond, 1 goal, 7 points.
And there's Berry Rawlings, hasn't had too many possessions so far. At the Jess, no mark. Bordelotto, Egan the chance. Likewise, Wiley, down he goes. A ball up, says the umpire. About 30 metres out from goal.
Well, the Tigers badly need a goal here at the moment, Peter.
They certainly do. Carlton have 4, 2 of those from free kicks. Knocked away by Reid. Chance for Kane. Scragg plays on, shoots it into the 10-metre square. Jess tries to knock it back, but it's through for one behind. Had he did knock it back, there would have been, well, 3 or 4 Carlton players ready to shark it away. 31-8. Francisburg very worried at the moment, I think. Ball comes back into play, and the mark taken by Williams to Sheldon. Up the centre field, Lee can't take the mark. Malthouse contesting with Blaskett. Robertson it is.
Free kick against Malthouse,
who is underneath one of our camera tripods just about. And that will be a 15-metre penalty, surely. Free kick going Carlton's way to Montgomery. And another 15-metre penalty. There were some foolish free kicks by Richmond tonight. Now Montgomery goes for the kick. Mark Buckley comes in from the side and marks. Had his name on that one, Buckley.
I think Howell grabbed it.
Howell grabbed it. Well, I must admit I thought it was Buckley's mark.
likewise.
Howell's first mark for the evening. Let's see what he can do with the kick. That's pretty good from here. Carlton going right on with the job.
Well, Bob, it's obvious that they've got to make a couple of moves down there, Richmond. I'd certainly move Landy away from Besusto. He's the danger player down there for a start.
Yes, I know that Graham Landy is the best tagger in the Richmond side, but it's certainly not working at the moment. And although if a plan comes unstuck, you have to be prepared to alter the plan.
That's right.
And, on this occasion, certainly Landy is well down against Besusto.
Just on the 11-minute mark, 5 goals, 7-37 Carlton. The Richmond 1 goal, 8 points. Richmond must make a couple of changes, particularly down there in defence. I'd move Landy away from Besusto as the ball is picked up by Sheldon. Out there, and Buckley's got the mark and the free kick. Please yourself. Richmond giving away foolish free kicks. A short pass coming back here will be okay, and the mark taken by Howell again. And Howell will be going for his second goal. And this will be Carlton's 6th. They're getting a big break on the Tigers. So, starting to rain a little bit at the moment. Well, that's a normal Tuesday night for us here in Melbourne. There's the kick, and that's a good one. Another goal to Howell and Carlton. Well, that's Howell's second goal. Carlton 6 goals, 7-43 to Richmond, 1 goal, 8 points. And this game gradually slipping away from the Tigers, Robert.
Yes, and a lot of people felt that it was Richmond who had everything to gain and nothing to lose. But in true Carlton fashion, they realise that this is the final of the night game, and they've got as much to lose as the Richmond side or whatever it might be. And the pride of the Carlton side really showing out at the moment, and that was great play by young Robertson to get it out of the centre.
12.5 minutes gone, rain pelting down, the people going now for the shelter, moving up into the stands as we see a free kick going to Lee at centre field. Lee decides to go for a bit of a trot. Look out there, but there's nearly a mark that time out there. They're too raw, but couldn't hold the mark. It hits the deck, backing up again is English. He's grabbed, gets a kick. Back it goes to Williams, a fumble. Rioli spinning out of the pack, but he hasn't been able to get clear tonight. They've grabbed him out on every occasion. And the umpire said, what will it be? Rioli can't get clear, Bob. He's had a few goes in clear.
That's what full marks there as Foley comes on the ground in place of Winton. But it's the tackling of Carlton that's really putting pressure on the Richmond side.
Knocked out, grabbed by League. He's grabbed too by Jones. Can't get clear. Glasgow, goal. He copped the sandwich that time and too high. And the umpire Smith said it'll be a free kick to Glasgow out there on that half-back flank position. Well, they're going for the ball all the time, Carlton, and not worrying about their opponents, and consequently they're getting free kicks. The Tigers giving away foolish free kicks at the moment. Glasgow on that half-back flank position. Goes for a pass. It'll be okay. Two of them couldn't quite make up their mind, but they still had plenty of time as Jones takes the mark out there on that centre wing position.
Well, Jones looking for a 15-metre penalty. By not having any of it. Mark Buckley almost claiming that mark. Robertson breaks clear to Johnston, who's cutting the Tiger defence to ribbons at the moment. Harms is down there and shoots at goal. Ashman in the goal square puts it through.
Once again, it was great teamwork, and once again, it was the young fellow Robertson who got the ball out with a lovely hand pass. And when you've got the youngsters like Robinson getting the ball away from the packs, it really brings those Carlton players who love to stream past into the play. And it was Robertson who got the initial hand pass in, and of course Ashman finishing it off after that kick dropped short.
14 and a half minutes gone, 41 points the difference. It looks like a blue flag already, doesn't it? Montgomery couldn't take the mark. Peart coming a little bit late on the scene, and once again it's a Richmond infringement, and the free kick going Carlton's way. Montgomery out to centre wing. Mark Buckley almost through, couldn't take it. Robertson again shoots it out to Howe, who kicked 2 goals this quarter. Corcomelis on the Glasgow. Glasgow and Robertson at a distance, looking a little bit like twins, and they're both playing very well at the moment. Certainly the Tigers in a lot of bother. Strawn now clearing the ball for the Tigers. Back to Rioli. Around Williams. Up to half forward. And a fine mark taken by English. Reed. Lee. Good mark. And plays on. Short pass. Sheldon can't scoop it up. Preston put the body in well. Out comes Sheldon. Free kick to Richmond.
Preston,
Andy Preston, right centre wing. Roach against Reed. The latter wins out. Whenever the ball goes down to the Richmond forward line, there seems to be about 2 or 3 Carlton blokes ready to take it away. On that occasion, it was Hartney. Back to Malthouse. On to Wall. Out of bounds, says the umpire. Things not going right for Richmond at the moment.
Just over the 16-minute mark of this second quarter. 7 goals, 7:49. Carlton to Richmond, 1 goal, 2-8 points, and the Tigers not looking too hot at the moment. Jones and Lee, they both missed that one, and the umpire's found a free kick to Lee. As a matter of fact, he's not playing a bad game, Bob.
Just as well, Luke.
Yes, he's about the only one firing. Up it goes there, coming out there to meet it. There's a chance, and it's Egan to take the mark at centre half forward. The Tigers badly needing a goal. There's the kick, a long one, looking for Jimmy Jess. Bortolotto's there. Jess got his hands to it, but couldn't hold the mark. He's dropped a couple tonight, and the ball is out of bounds right against the Richmond point post. But this Carlton defence looking very, very strong, backing up beautifully. English and Hartley doing a great job. And Bortolotto's got Jess under control at the moment. Knocked out by Reeve to Bortolotto. Interfered that time. Finally, it goes out to Little Lovett on the boundary line. He can't pick it up. And there'll be a ball up in that forward pocket position. Not giving him a chance to break clear at all. And that's been quite evident the way they've grabbed Rioli every time he's tried to break clear and do that fancy stuff. Lee knocked out by Wally. Roach has a snapshot for goal, but there's one staying back for Carlton as usual. Sheldon this time gets the ball out wide towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds. That was a controlled kick, I would say, and it's out of bounds in that forward pocket position about 30 metres around from the Richmond goal.
Carlton always seem to have a spare man in the right spot, Luke.
That's right. And of course they're now looming up as a big threat again for the final 5 in that position. Landy gets clear. He's grabbed. Can't get out of the pack. He dives on the ball again, and the umpire once again will ball it up in that forward pocket. A win here tonight would certainly boost the morale of the team too, Bob.
There wouldn't be a doubt in the world about that, Lou, because as well as the financial side of it, and the way they're going about it now, does look like the Carlton that we know.
That's right. There's Harms getting a hand pass over to Corcomelis. Back to Montgomery. Out it goes again. And there's a chance for the Blues to get the ball through Robertson. It was down there towards the wing position. And they're doing well as the ball finally is ready to go up there towards the wing position. Big Jones is calling for it, but we find the ball finally driven up that time by Sheldon. Out there towards half forward, a fumble going on as Jess gets a hurried kick now playing at centre half back, I think, over to Rioli. But there's no one up here for the Tigers to take a mark. Peart's got a chance to grab this one. It bounces the right way now for the Tigers. Little Lovett steps out of the pack. He doesn't know what to do with it. He better kick it in a hurry. He does. And what's he done with it? Has he put it through for a goal? He has.
Lovett's first goal, Richmond second.
Oh, did they make hard work of that?
It would be the understatement of the year to say a badly needed goal. And Lovett, as we watch it going on replay, the ball beating everybody in the bounce. Lovett, first one way, then the other. Dummies, straightens up, almost held it for too long, but puts it through, and that's all that matters from a Tiger point of view.
Roach has gone to full forward on Reid. Just back at half forward now with Bortolotto as Jones comes in to contest the ruck duel for Carlton against Lee. Won by Jones, knocked away by Preston.
They swapped Roach and Jess, Pete. That goal was Richmond's first since the 3-minute mark of the first term.
Free kick going to Carlton again. The recipient is Corcomunis. Half a minute to go before half time. Buckley has it knocked away. Down it comes to Glascott. Strawn trying to pick it up. It's another Carlton free kick. And Glascott getting it again. From the point of the square. Mark taken by Ashman.
Good play by Mark Buckley there. He ran over and told Ashman to have the shot at goal because he pointed to the time clock.
All right. There's the siren for half-time. He has the shot at goal. It looks okay from that shot, and he's put it through. Ashman's second goal, and in the Stirling Cup Grand Final for 1983, we check the scores at half-time. Carlton, 8 goals, 7. They kicked 6 straight that quarter, 55 points. Richmond, 2-2-14.
Richmond and Carlton have met 3 times before under the VFL Park lights in recent years, with Carlton taking the honours by a margin of 2 games to 1. In 1977, the Blues won by 19 points. The following year, the Tigers under Barry Richardson won by 17 points. And then 2 years ago, the eventual day premiers beat Richmond by 9 points. It seems fitting that tonight, the day premiers of 1982 should decide this Stirling Cup for 1983. And you're with the action on 7 Sport.
From VFL Park in the Stirling Cup for 83, the Tigers facing a deficit of 41 points. Can they come back? Lee and Jones, Ashman and Rioli. Rioli slung and gets a free kick. So that's a good start at least for Richmond. They certainly need something going their way and fairly quickly. Rioli kicks short to half forward. Montgomery missed the mark. English backs him up well. A chance for Sheldon to pick up on the run, which he does so, trying to get it out to Williams, who's dispossessed very smartly. Sheldon and Rioli again. Morris could get another one here. He has done.
And I noticed that Foley's out on the ground at centre half forward, Bob.
Well, they'll lose nothing by that, will they?
And Landy up on the ball, Lou.
So they've certainly made a couple of changes.
Roach off his chest. Rioli again up towards Marcazzani this time. Comes out from the back pocket, wobbles the punt up towards half back. Glascott is there. Or was it Robertson? No, it's Glascott. Back towards centre field. Kick a little bit short, looking for Robertson. Malthouse beats him to it. A good smother, though. Palm on the boundary line. Preston. See, they're going the long way around here. Palm again. Egan can't gather it in. Now he finally flicks out the hand pass, trying to find Wiley, who is tripped up. No free kick, a ball out of bounds, and a throw in right forward pocket for Richmond.
Well, whatever Francis Burke said has certainly brought Richmond out with some sort of endeavour, and they're being shown great leadership at the moment by Rioli. He's been in everything in this couple of minutes.
Including 2 free kicks, so Morris, as you said, Bob, showing the fighting example. English, though, palms the ball down. Is that Wiley that got one a little bit too high? I think he's down. Williams's kick out towards the boundary line, and the mark taken right on the boundary line by Strawn. Jess is the flyer for Richmond. Landy. Back to Rawlings. High ball to full forward. In front is Roach, knocked away by Reid. Gee, the Carlton defence are backing up well. Wiley on the boundary line and a snapshot. Out of bounds on the full, I think. Yes, it is. And the free kick going Carlton's way.
You couldn't be critical of Wiley there, though. He was under that much pressure, and he was lucky even to get boot to ball.
Ball out of bounds in the forward pocket. Carlton 55 points to Richmond 14 points. A dismal first half by the Tigers, just over the 2-minute mark of this third quarter. Ball back into play by English. Out there towards half-back. Big Lee goes the punch. It's okay. Down there to Rawlings. Out there at half-forward. A chance now for the Tigers to go deep into attack. Looking there for Roach. Flying high was Halves. And that's English carting the ball over the line and through for 1 point. He's played a fine game down there with Hartley. And, of course, Bortolotto not seemingly to do much, but he certainly had Jess well covered in that first half of the game. Oh, it was easy mark dropped that time by Williams. This allows Strawn to pick it up. Go for a long kick down there again. Off Harms couldn't pick that up. But once again, it's English down there in the back pocket. And there's a mark out there to Rioli. He's been in everything this first 3 minutes of this third quarter for the Tigers. He's the player they want firing. They're going to have a chance at all in this 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. At the moment, the Blues are sitting pretty. There's the kick by Rioli. It's a beautiful kick. Won't quite make the distance. Oh, nearly a mark to Roach. He's got it. There's a chance for their third goal. He's only about 5 metres out, directly in front. Wes Lofts and the coach, David Parkin. Well, a goal here might spur the Tigers on a little bit. They're 2-3 to 8-7 as Roach comes in for their third goal, and he's lobbed it right through the middle. So it's 8 goals, 7:55 Carlton. The Richmond 3-3-21.
It's one of the rare mistakes made by Des English. He went for the short pass, coming out of defence. It went straight to Morris Rioli, and then a nice kick from Rioli to see that mark taken by Roach. And I did say at half-time that Lee was the only Richmond player, but Roach, likewise, has certainly not been disgraced, Lou.
Strawn's played all right too, Bob.
34 points the difference in favour of Carlton. Roach bringing up his first goal. Jones in the ruck for Carlton, contesting against big Mark Lee, won by Jones. He's done fairly well at the bounces tonight, and most of them. Knock on, up to Glascott. Glascott in the forward pocket. Palm in hot pursuit. Glascott, almost caught and almost had his head taken off. And will get the free kick.
Well, the Tigers have been the aggressors tonight here, Peter, but it hasn't worked for them, has it? Because they've lost a lot of free kicks tonight. Foolish one.
Well, was that foolish or not? Because Glascott obviously would have got closer to goal had he not been free kicked.
I think he was, if he hadn't done that, he would have been running into the open goal.
Yeah, one way of looking at it. And of course, he may miss. So, the odds you take. Glascott's kick looks pretty good. He put it through. His first goal.
And that's the best way of answering a hit, I
reckon. I still think it was a foolish free kick just the same.
Well, they have given away a lot of foolish free kicks, as you mentioned. In fact, 3 of their goals have come from free kicks.
And Carlton, you must admire the approach of Carlton tonight. They certainly, from the very first bounce, were built up to the game, and the lackadaisical approach we saw from Carlton in some of the day games up to the last couple of weeks, certainly not evident tonight.
40 points the difference once again in favour of Carlton.
Well, they look alike with those head gears on tonight, and of course the ball pops up every now and again as the ball comes back into play. Just over the 6-minute mark, and the Blues still looking good. There's a chance for Wall to get out, gets a hand pass. Moldhouse missed that one altogether. Wall dives on the ball. They grab him. Ashman in there, the thick of things. The umpire said it's holding the ball against him.
What chance did Wall have?
He had no chance whatsoever. At least he was making the play. The others were just there dwelling on him. So we wait now for Ashman to lob this just about in the goal square. Well, it's not a good kick. It's off the side of the boot. Pizzusto comes over, but it's out of bounds. And there'll be a throw in from that forward pocket.
Booker Miller's off, Malin on.
Malin on the ground.
Buckley also getting ready to come on.
It's Jimmy Buckley.
Knocked out by Howe, picked up nicely by Landy. Now on the ball, a hand pass. He was given a nice bath by Bazusto in the first half. Preston with a long hand pass to Jep. They've got to go long, the Tigers. They won't have a chance in this game at all. That's not a good kick. And there's Mario Bortolotto getting away from Jess to take a nice mark out there on the wing position. The pass. And it's marked here by Buckley. Over it goes to Glasgow. A beautiful sidestep away from Wall. Drives the ball down there looking for Bazusto and Ashman. The two guys with the headgears on. Now Ashman with the left foot snap at goals. Well smothered by Wiley. Howe couldn't pick it up. Was it Marcus on? It was Howe, and finally forced through by Strawn for 1 point. So just on the 8-minute mark, it's 9 goals, 9-63 Carlton to Richmond 3-3-21. We wait now for the ball to come back into play by Strawn. Well, rain stopped, and it's still a perfect night for this 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Ground in perfect condition, except for a bit of a heavy spot out there on that half-forward flank of the ball. Now that's Jones taking a great mark over the top of Mark Lee, and he's got a chance now.
15 metres, Luke.
15 metres. This gives him a better chance to score here now.
Well, another foolish infringement by Richmond. And not the greatest of kicks, but of course the extra 15 metres could make the difference. No, it hasn't. Taken by Merv Kane. In front is Egan. Knocked away by Harms. Williams got a solid one.
Really missed a sandwich that time, I'd reckon.
Bortolotto looking for the hand pass. Well caught. Too high, says the umpire. Looks like another 15 metres, is it? Yes. And Mario Bortolotto at left half-forward flank to take the free from there. Bazusto.
It's okay having aggression, Bob, but it's no good being foolish about it, is it?
No, that's right, Luke. The main thing is to get the ball.
Yes, and Rioli's got it a number of times. Chipping in very nicely for that one. Egan, right on the boundary line, marking in front of Harms. Short of right centre wing. At the back, Bortolotto and Jess. Jones is there likewise for Carlton. Tackled well by Rollings. Out it comes to Preston. A fortnight to get rid of it. Jess grabbed. He didn't have the ball, surely. On the shoulder, says the umpire, and the Ghost will take the free kick just short of right half-forward flank. Brings it into Wiley. Who's clear? Wiley at half-forward. Gone for a pass, looking for Roach. Reed is right there with him. Roach comes out with the ball, shoots it up into the forward pocket. Here's a chance for Landy. Grab, shrugs it well. Snapshot at goal. Foley, and he's put it through.
Well, he took a chance that time, Foley, because I think it was going to go through for a goal, Bob.
Yes, I don't believe that Foley actually realised quite where he was, Lou. If he'd known that it was going to go through, and the way Richmond's luck's been going, let's face it, if he'd let it go, it could have hit the post, and that wouldn't be too happy at all. But it was going through, but fortunately for Foley, he didn't drop it, and it's 1 goal to the Tigers, a badly needed one again.
Well, it's 36 points the difference. And we're just on the 10.5-minute mark of this third quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final.
Ball up again. Now it's going to be another free kick to Carlton.
Free kick there to Maryland. Drives the ball out to that half-forward flank. Oh, actually, Moldau stood there, and finally it came back to Jep, a hand pass coming out wide now, and it's Wall driving the ball back there, and Landy takes the mark. Well, Landy looking a lot better since he's been moved away from Bazusto and now on the ball. Ball kicked up there towards Roach. Surrounded by, he's got the mark. It's a beautiful mark by Roach. Well, let's hope the Tigers can make a comeback and make a game of this. There it is in replay again. It's a fine mark, Bob.
Right in the middle of the pack, judging it to perfection. He's taking some nice marks tonight, Roach.
He's about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. There's the kick by Roach. Doesn't quite make the distance. Foley flies. It comes down to Lovett. He fumbles. It's finally picked up now by Jimmy Buckley, who drives the ball back towards centre field. And it's Glasgow coming out of the pack. He's played a pretty good game. He got one right behind the ear, so it'll be a free kick down the field. Once again, the Tigers giving away silly free kicks.
And maybe Richmond feel they can slow them down bit by bit and get them that way.
I don't think it's working out, Bob, at the moment, because they're running on top of them easily. So it's Aspin out there at half-forward as we approach the 12-minute mark. There's a good mark to Peart. I noticed that Beard went down to the forward line in that second quarter. Now he's back there on the defence. Over it goes to Jeff. Jeff's kick is out wide, looking out there for Landy. Can't make it in time, and the ball is out of bounds. Out there on Carlton's half-forward line, about 70 metres around from the goal.
No closer than they were.
That's right.
No.
9 goals, 9-63 Carlton. The Richmond 4-3-27. The difference of 36 points. And can the Tigers make this a better game, Peter?
Well, they've showed a lot more endeavour in this quarter, haven't they? Than they
Certainly
did
have.
in the first half of the match when they could only manage 2 goals.
But still giving away foolish free kicks, and this is right up Carlton's alley.
Knocked down by Lee. Out it comes to Palm. Plenty of trouble picking it up. It's probably about the muddiest part of the ground over there. The umpire has found a free kick for holding the ball.
I think it's a bit tough on a guy when he's making the play like that, just the same.
It goes to Rioli. He didn't think it was going the Tigers' way, but the Ghost has taken the mark at centre field, gets it on to Preston. Downfield it comes. Who's the bounce going to favour? Goes to Wall. Rollings. Wiley running with him for support. Down to full forward. It's 3-on-1 down there, and the mark taken by Buckley. Or Sheldon. Jess again. Long down to full forward. Roach late on the scene, but the mark has been taken by Landy.
Certainly made a difference with this guy going on the ball too.
Yes, he's playing a lot better in this quarter. Wobbly punt kick up to the 10-metre square. Almost a one-handed grab. Chance for Wally Lovett. Got 2 hands to the ball. Out of bounds. Not on the full. Bounces a metre inside. Coming up to the 14-minute mark. Third quarter.
Francisburg on the phone. I don't know who he's ringing. I think he should be ringing the other guy. Could give him a bit of help now at the moment, Bob.
No, they're playing a lot better, though, in this term, Lou. Unfortunately, with that, all the play they've had, they still haven't got more than 2 goals on the board.
Jones to Malin to English. Out of boundary. Well, that's out on the bounds on the full. Yes, bad luck for Matthew Wall.
Yes, that doesn't deserve to happen, does it?
No. Free kick going to Marcazani. Waitman back on the ground. In the middle is Lee. He's paying it to Richmond, and it will be to Mark Lee. Lee at left centre wing.
He's their best player by far.
Lobs it up to half forward. Big Jones. It's big man to big man at the moment.
Just on the 14.5-minute mark, and still 36 points the difference in favour of Carlton. There's Jimmy Buckley getting a hand pass. It's okay, and Hartney grabs the ball there at centre half back. Over the packet, hit Buckley on the chest. He lost sight of it altogether. Oh, there's Palm going down. They've grabbed him, but the umpire said it'll be a ball up out there on that edge of the square, up towards the wing position. 9 goals, 9-63 Carlton to Richmond 4-3-27. No doubt the Tigers looking a lot better this quarter. And there's a long way to go yet in this 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Knocked out by Jesper to the wrong man. That's Williams threading his way through the pack beautifully. A long kick. Has a go for a goal. It's through. What a goal by Williams. A magnificent goal.
Yes, well, a youngster he might be, but you do not see many better goals than that. He roved it to perfection. Not only did he gain possession, he absolutely sprinted for that 5 to 10 metres to get himself clear of the pack. And I know it's everybody says that's what you should do when you gain possession, but you rarely get the opportunity to. And I think his speed out of the pack surprised everybody, and what a great kick.
Certainly a great kick, Bob, as we approach the 16-minute mark. And the difference now 42 points. A great lead for the Blues. Knocked out by Lee, doing a great job. That's Jess going through the pack. Not a good hand pass to Rollins. He kicks it off the ground out wide. Ball out of bounds on the centre wing position with Carlton 69 points to Richmond 27, a 42-point lead. Just over the 16-minute mark of this third quarter. The ball back at the play again. Jones and Lee. That's Jess at the back of the pack. Finally cleared away by Hartley. And there's a mark to Johnson. A little bit quiet in the third quarter, but it got off to a great first quarter.
And the Carlton side have increased their lead by 1 point after half-time. They led by 41 points at the main change. They now lead by 42. That could have been a trip or too high. Call of what you will. It'll be a Richmond free kick to Palm. Palm just up from the back pocket. English tried to go to score but couldn't get near the ball. There was a push out to Carlton free kick. It will go to English or Howe. Or is it Marcazani to take it? It's the latter. Marcazani from left centre wing. Up towards Howe, knocked away by Lee. Down it comes to Strawn. He's grabbed. Wall goes the knock-on, a badly directed knock-on. Wiley from half-back. In towards the centre square, taken by Waitman, who started this quarter on the bench. On to Rioli, gets clear of Jones. Up to half-forward, looking for Roach. Leads out from Reid. In towards the forward pocket, and that will be a mark.
Incidentally, people were talking about the aggression of Richmond. The free kicks up till half-time were 18-10 in favour of Carlton.
Yes, a margin of
24-15 now.
24-15, so it just proves 1 point, doesn't it? The point we were talking about.
So Foley having a chance to bring up his second goal. And what's he done with that? One behind, a bad miss by Foley. Certainly the Tigers could have done with that. 10-9, 69 to 4-4-28 at the 18-minute mark of the quarter.
As well as Richmond have played in this term, Pete, the score is exactly the same as it was at half-time.
Yes, 41-point deficit. English takes the mark at right back pocket. And finally gets his 15-metre penalty. Around the centre wing, strong mark by Graham Strawn. Lobs it back whence it came. In the middle of the pack, Roach trying to claim the mark, just about dragged it down too. Reid goes for the hand pass, taken by Malin.
And Malin's kick is back there towards that. Lee couldn't mark that.
Kick downfield.
It'll be a kick downfield against Richmond again. So once again they give away another foolish free kick.
With another head-high tackle.
Well, that just gives Mark Buckley a chance to go for a short pass, which he does. There's Bazasto with a hand pass coming back to Glasgow. Another one over to Johnson. Oh, he ran right into Rioli. Still can't get clear. And we see, Kane's grabbed by the leg and he'll get a free kick.
It's right behind the play. Malthouse is in it.
Oh, they're into it down there. There's a wrestling match going on.
It's Ashman, I think. We saw that on the screen a couple of minutes ago.
He's lost his helmet, whoever it is there, so it's not Bazasto, it's Ashman.
Yep.
That's Strawn and Ashman. Malthouse was in that too. He's going over to him again. Well, the Tigers haven't got much left. Still a little bit of nudging going on by the two of them there. Well, there's Jones going into the pack, and it's got to be a free kick. This time it'll go to Foley, I would say. Foley's out there on the centre wing position. This game's been a game of thrills and spills, but Carlton looking the better side by far. Up it goes there now for Roach. And Reid taps the ball now. It's knocked on again by Rawlings. Over to Landy. He goes down, and the umpire will ball it up out there towards Richmond's centre half forward position. They're still trailing by 41 points. Into this quarter by about 20 minutes. Knocked out that time by Jones. Picked up by Jimmy Buckley. The ball falls short. Knocked away by Mark Buckley. Beautifully picked up by Johnson. And coming in is Mervyn Kane. A long kick from centre half back down the English at the back. But there's two of them on half. They've both played great games. And Reid hasn't done a bad job either as he hooks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. And once again we see the Tigers take the mark through Jeff. Oh, did he get himself into trouble there? He just kicked it out wildly. Punched away by Howe. The ball is tapped back to English. Tries to get through the pack. He's grabbed it. Finally kicked out wide towards Hartley. Coming in to meet him is Lovett. Down he goes. A chance now for Lovett to get the ball clear and go for a pass. It's not a good one. Looking there for Roach. Backing up is Jones, and Jones takes the ball back towards half-back. English couldn't hold that mark, but backing up as usual at Carlton, the players down there. It's picked up by Sheldon. Finally, it's a chance now for Peters. A low hand pass to Strawn. Threads his way through the pack. Another bad hand pass. The Tigers making mistakes as we see Mark Buckley get one in the back, and he'll take a free kick out there on the centre wing position.
When he gets clear. Sheldon, left centre wing. Malthouse and Glasgow. Glasgow's got better speed. Streams into goal. Gives it to Ashman. Snapshot. Behind, or is it through? It's a goal. 3 goals to Ashman. What a great shot from there.
Great piece of play there by Glasgow. He knew that he couldn't get there himself. He was tackled. He got the ball back to Ashman, and a miracle goal from that position. I think you could give Ashman another 99 shots from that position, and I doubt very much whether he would take another one.
Well, it really was an amazing shot. We saw Bernie Evans get a similar one from the boundary line at the SCG on Sunday, and that was almost as good. 75 to 28. Now in favour of Carlton. They seem to have the premiership already on toast. Jones. Kane's kick. Back towards right centre wing. Oh, Rawlings gets offloaded beautifully out there by Montgomery. That was a very solid bump. Rawlings not looking too good at all at the moment. Kane goes for the hand pass. That's okay. Wally Lovett's kick is high. At the back is Reid. Tries to go the spoil, effectively so. Wakeman's hand pass is smothered. In the back. That's to the delight of the Richmond supporters.
Rawlings not too good there, Pete.
It stung him a bit, didn't it?
Rawlings.
Certainly stung him a bit, Peter.
It did indeed. Quite fair. Free kick to Egan in the meantime, down in the forward pocket, or right half forward flank to be more precise. About 45 metres out from goal. He's made a good fist of that one and put it through. Certainly needed that. So the Tigers now in the Stirling Cup Grand Final, 11-9-75 Carlton, Richmond 5-4-34.
Still a difference of 41 points as we approach the 23.5-minute mark. I think there's the bump. It was a fair bump by Montgomery that time, and of course it looks as though Rawlings could be coming off the ground. He's certainly stunned. That's the best thing to do when you're walking around in a daze, Bob.
Yes, when you're in that sort of condition, you're no good to your team out on the ground, and so it's better to come, particularly with the interchange. And if Rawlings is okay to come back on, sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got concussion when it happens like that. And,
one of his arms hurt there too, because the trainers are holding that left arm.
You could maybe just assisting him, really.
41 points the difference. Ashman leading Malthouse. No love lost between that pair at the moment, and Malthouse carts the ball over the boundary line. We'll see it thrown into play right forward pocket for Carlton. 24 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. It's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Carlton goal. And they're doing it pretty well at the moment. Oh, good play on the part of Williams. He taps the ball out. Once again, it's Strawn coming out of that back pocket. Oh, nearly a mark. It'll be a mark to win. That was a pretty good mark by that young Tiger. Oh, he doesn't know where to go. He's in trouble now. He's gone just about as he gets a hand pass back to Wall. Out wide to Jeff there at half-back. They got away and out of trouble that time as the kick goes around to Jess. He goes to punch. Down he comes, finally cleared away by Montgomery. Smothered. Bordelotto lost it. And they're literally throwing themselves with the ball out there on that wing position. And the umpire will ball it up. Carlton at the moment, 11-9-75 to Richmond 5-4-34. Just on the 25-minute mark of this, the third quarter. Carlton have been in charge just about, well, all day they have, as the ball comes down on Mail. They pounce on him, he can't get it clear, and the umpire said he's grabbed too high, and a free kick will go to Carlton. So they're well on top as far as the free kicks are concerned. Out wide, Bordelotto on that centre wing position goes for a pass, looking out there for Howe, but the ball is too long, and it's out of bounds. Into the time-on period by about 20 seconds. So the Tigers will have to do something extraordinary this last quarter. They're going to win this match, Bob.
I think the horse might have bottled in that respect, Lou, but they are certainly playing better, and it's amazing what a couple of quick goals could do for confidence.
Ball kicked back there by Kane, out wide, coming into meet at Land. He overruns the ball, actually kicked that, but I think it'll be a throw-in. Didn't go out on the full, so there's a throw-in from that centre wing position.
Some of those Carlton players that were dominating the first half, Basusto, for instance, has been put out of it in this quarter by Mervyn Kane.
Well, I think we suggested that Landy should have been shifted about halfway through the second quarter. Back it comes to Rioli. Grabbed a little high. They pile on top of him. It's Marlin hooking the ball back over his shoulder. And it'll be out of bounds again. This time it's up towards Carlton's half-forward line, but it's a good distance out from goal. Still the difference is 41 points in favour of the Blues. And now, at this stage of the match, they're odds on to win this flag, but funny things have happened in the result here that could be tonight. Ball hits the deck again. Oh, that's Glasgow going down as the ball is back and finally forced over the line by Malin. So it's out of bounds on the centre wing position. We approach the 26.5-minute mark of this the third quarter.
Rees seems to have freshened too, and whether I'm correct or not, but it seems to be coming the other way. Wakeman, Bordelotto in front and marks. We had a bit of a dip with Jimmy Jess before the siren had even gone to sound the start of the match. Montgomery. Glasgow, much as though he had his jumper ripped too. Doesn't stop him taking that mark though. Played a very good game. Scott up towards the forward pocket. A chance for Bozasto and Mark Buckley. And here's the buzzer. Still in play. Peart in the back, surely.
Free kick, Pete.
Yes.
That was a beautiful pick-up by Bozasto, Bob, wasn't it?
Well, I think he let Peart know he was around too.
Yes. That's the free kick. Oh, wow.
I think he might have missed it.
He didn't miss. Well, it was him and Stirling.
If you don't get caught, you miss.
The ball up, says the umpire. Approaching the 28-minute mark. Knocked down by Jones. Wakeman can't get clear. Nobody making any headway over there.
Bozasto got one there.
Found the free kick. Was that the evener upper? Bozasto has come out of it with the free kick. Long kick. 2 Tigers are there. Peart will take the mark right next to the behind post. He'll have to kick over the mark, says the umpire. So he'll go towards the outer side again. Plays on, over the mark. Peart takes the hand pass from Lee, runs into all sorts of trouble. Marcasani steadies and shoots, and that's a goal. Well, a foolish piece of play, as it turned out, 12-9, 81 to 5-4, 34.
Well, the Tigers did that in slow motion, Lee and Peart, Bob.
Yes, we'll watch it again on replay now as we see it come across. Peart dropped that. Even if he hadn't dropped it, he was running straight into Marcasani anyway. If he doesn't drop it, it might not be a goal. But nonetheless, at this stage of the game, I can't see the sense in Lee being handball distance away. Lee should be back, giving him something to kick to. And at least it's out of the danger area with a long kick away. And the way Lee's marking, you're going to be every chance of getting it.
29 minutes gone, 81 to 34 in the third quarter. It's all Carlton at the moment as Ashman tries to stream forward. Picked up by Rioli, well tackled by Johnson. Hurried hand pass, a chance for Jimmy Buckley. Fumble, Strawn over the top. Would have been a free kick. Umpire Kevin Smith says no, it will be a bounce. Centre half forward for Carlton.
It's done 29 and a half minutes gone of this quarter. The ball up at centre half forward for the Carlton. Knocked out by Lee. Plenty of fumbling going on by both sides there, and the umpire said there'll be a free kick. It'll go to Wiley at centre. Oh, it could be against him again. Burley's play, he got the free kick, then he whacked Johnson. And they've been doing that all night. They've wasted a lot of chances. Richmond, they should be going long with a big right down as far as they can kick the ball. And a foolish free kick and a chance now for the Blues to go deep into attack again through Johnson at centre half forward. Have they made some mistakes tonight, the Tigers? And there's a good mark in defence by Mervyn Kane down there in the back pocket. So at the 30-minute mark of the third quarter, it's 12-9-81 as the siren goes. Carlton 12-9-81 to Richmond 5-4-34.
There has never been a football trophy quite like the magnificent Stirling Cup. The cast bronze silver-plated statue on its sterling silver base was created by Lucky Rocco, the man who makes the Melbourne Cup. Valued at $13,000, the Stirling Cup is a fitting prize for this grand final clash between two of the game's champion teams. And you're watching Richmond and Carlton live and exclusive to 7.
I think it's still favouring the freeway into the ground, but it's hard to gauge up here because it's coming into our face.
We begin the final quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup with the Tigers trailing by 47 points. If they're to get up, it certainly would be a mammoth performance from there. Taken away by Winton. Up towards half forward, underneath it Wayne Hounds. A wobbly punt kick off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full, and it will be a free kick to Richmond to be taken out there by Winton.
Even though they're kicking with a strong breeze, Pete, they need more than that, I think, at the moment, the way the Blues are playing.
I think they'd need a typhoon. Montgomery tries to knock it away, not successful. English backs him up well. Scooped out. At the back is Reid. Tries to knock it down. English is there again. Malin goes through solidly. Tries to get the hand pass to Harms. Ineffectual as it turned out. And the boundary throw-in to take place between left half forward and left forward pocket. Montgomery and Foley. Knocked down to English. Not making any headway there. Finally Attachment that boots the ball clear. Up to Mark Buckley, who seemingly got one in the back. taken away by Sheldon, but the whistle has gone. It is a free kick, and Buckley will take it at right half-back flank.
Some free kicks away, Bob, haven't they?
I was just thinking of Buckley may well have a headache tonight.
Yes, he got a beauty from Lee earlier, didn't he? Pizzasto can't take the mark.
Free kick again.
Who's got it this time?
Williams on the shoulder.
He kicked a beautiful goal in the third quarter, didn't he, Williams? Really was a gem. That could have been a nudge out. Yes, says the umpire.
Well, that's not bad, 3 in a row.
That's Glascott wearing number 60. I mentioned during the...
bit of weight to carry around that number.
Yes.
That's the last straw, and they give you number 60.
Glascott up to full forward. Well, it could have been a free to Mark Azani. Or Howe, was it? Going to Mark Lee. The umpire said he was shepherded out. Well, be that as it may, Lee has the free kick. Probably Richmond's most consistent player right throughout tonight. Montgomery gives the hand pass to Glascott on the Sheldon. Here go Carlton again. No one tackling Sheldon. Plenty of room to run. Long shot in towards the 10-metre square. Howe! Great mark.
Great mark by Howe there, about no more than 15 metres out, going for goal number 3, and of course goal number 13 for the Blues. Well, he shouldn't miss this one. There's the kick right through the middle for another goal to Carlton. So he's kicked a point. That looked like a goal to me. What did you reckon?
I thought it was a goal.
Golly. Well, that looked like a goal all the way.
He'd already put it down.
Take it out again. Well, that gives...
I thought it was a point left.
Oh, you would, Bob. That's how you won your 3 Brownlows, son. So it's 12-10-82 to 5-4-34. Now we're waiting on the ball to come back. It's down there in the drain. Mickey Malthouse to kick out. Difference of 48 points. Just over the 3-minute mark of this last quarter, the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Landy flies, couldn't hold that mark. Hand pass coming out to Rioli. Hooks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. There'll be a mark taken here. A quick hand pass coming over from Lovett, it was, and the ball finally driven up there towards that half-forward line. We see Reid couldn't pick the mark up. The ball punched away, and it's out of bounds by Bortolotto. So it's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Richmond goal. And believe you me, they badly need another goal to give themselves the slightest chance of winning this match. It'll be Jones against Foley for the knockout. Actually, Jones got that one down, interfered with by Rioli. A snap at goal. He'll hook it back looking for Roach. Can he mark it? He's got it. So he's only about 10 metres out, directly in front. And I won't make a prediction about this one.
A great play again by Rioli. Richmond are to get back into the game at all. It was the play of Rioli just after half-time, and once again, he's the leader in any fight back they've got.
Kicked by Roach. And a goal.
And Michael Roach kicking his second goal. And Richmond desperately need a goal within another minute. It's the only way that they can, really get their spirits back, because they've still got a 42-point deficit. And but as Peter and Stephen Phillips did say at three-quarter time, the wind has really freshened, and it is favouring Richmond probably 4, maybe 5 goals.
5 minutes into the final quarter, 42 points the difference. It was 41 points the difference at half-time. So Richmond really have just gone goal for goal since that break. Landy gets a nudge in the back, looking for a free kick. Sheldon comes out with the ball. Tiger fans not too happy that he didn't get one. There's a fine mark taken by Palmer. Wiley. A badly directed pass, and Williams takes the mark. Yes, he did play on. No, the umpire said a 15-metre penalty. I thought he tried to effect a hand pass. And so things not going right for the Tigers. Williams from right centre wing. Puts the ball really high. In front is Mark Buckley. Can't take the mark. Palm at the back. On the shoulder, says umpire Kevin Smith, and it is a Carlton free kick. David Glascott wearing Guernsey number 60.
Played a pretty good game tonight, young Glascott.
He had number 32 ripped off him in the third quarter. Knocked away by Kane, out of bounds. 6 minutes gone in the final term of the 83 Stirling Cup, which will be presented at the conclusion of the match. Jones Knock on by Ashman. Strawn to Wiley, who has to go across goal. No one running with him, no one to give it to, so he kicks it as long as possible out towards Wally Lovett. Real race for the boundary line, and the ball taken over by Marcasoni. It will be thrown in adjacent to the players' interchange area. Wind quite fresh. You might be able to hear it in the effects microphones. It certainly has sprung up in the last half hour or so. Palmed away by Jones. Out it comes to Jimmy Buckley from Hartney. And a good mark taken down there for Richmond by Tim Jep.
He's kept Johnson quiet since quarter time.
Yes, he's done a fair job. Jep down there at half back. Kicks the ball across towards the centre wing position. Foley comes in, couldn't hold the mark. Jones fumbles. There's a chance for Lovett. But the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Carlton. And they're certainly heading the total as far as free kicks are concerned. The ball kicked by Jones over the half forward. Bazusto pushed out of position. He faked it. Finally, it's taken away by Mervyn Kane, looking for Jimmy Jess with a chance to mark. He doesn't drop that. Oh, he's thrown it over that time. And down goes Waitman. It could have been in the back it is. They could have been a bit lucky that time, Richmond. But at least they got a chance to go back into attack through Waitman at centre half forward. Badly needed another goal to be in this game. Roach at the back, flies, nearly grabbed the mark, spins out of the pack, a snap at goal, and he's lobbed it through for another goal. That's goal number 3 to Roach. So it's 12 goals, 1082, Carlton to Richmond 7-4-46, just on the 8-minute mark of this quarter. So the difference now 36 points.
As Carlton applying, having a lot more pressure applied to them now as we see Roach. And if the Tigers can get the ball down direct and straight away to Roach, where he's having a 1-hour duel, he's had the better of Reed right through the night, and he needs to be 1 out right through out.
There's a chance now for Witten to get clear, but he can't pick it up. Hand pass coming out from Jeff back towards the centre of the ground. Umpire calling play on his mail and break clear at centre field, and kicks the ball wide out there looking for Bazusto in front of Kane. It bounces right, a hand pass back to Sheldon. Been a pretty handy player again. Back to Bazusto, he's in trouble, down he goes. Umpire calling play on as it comes out to Buckley again, and Sheldon again. The kick is short. Finally, Buckley gets a hand pass out to Howe. Another one coming over to Glasgow, wearing number, was it Glasgow 5? He put it through. Yes, it's Glasgow.
A big raspberry to the clown tracking all that mess down there. That is disgraceful.
Okay, the score.
That's a fine goal by Glasgow.
I wasn't sure it was Glasgow or Robertson there for a minute.
They do look very similar, Lou. They've both got their socks down. They're both similar physiques. And you could really be excused on any occasion, even when they're wearing the right numbers, to get them mistaken.
9.5 minutes gone, final quarter. (88-46), and David Glasgow playing a real ripper of a game, no matter what Guernsey he's got. He's certainly been one of Carlton's best players tonight.
Certainly not unlike Robertson either. As Bob said, both with their socks down, they're the same sort of build too, Bob.
Exactly the same.
Robertson's done a pretty fair job as well too, while we're on the subject. Another ball up will take place just adjacent to the circle.
Well, they haven't had many weak players. Their defence has been marvellous, and they've had plenty of attacking players around that forward line too, Peter.
Yes, and they've matched them in the tough stuff too, Luke.
That's right.
Winton from that bounce hooks it up to left half forward. At the back is Wiley, but in the meantime it will be a free kick downfield.
Coming back to their kick.
Lee gives it to Waitman, so it's Dale Waitman's free kick. Short of centre field, Roach leading out. Got underneath it a little bit, and a chance for Montgomery. Gets the favourable bounce. Could have given it to Reed. Didn't see him perhaps. Rioli makes the most of every opportunity. Wiley does the shepherd into Landy, who marks adjacent to the behind post.
He wasn't going to go for a hand pass there, was he?
He was looking for someone to give it to, perhaps. And in the goal scorer is Michael Roach, who puts it through for a goal. So 4 goals to Roach, 52-88. That's 36 points the difference.
Well, it's bad defence by the Blues on that occasion. Maybe they are getting a little bit tired because they're not getting anywhere near the same amount of desperation in. But then again, they may have looked at the scoreboard and thought that the game was home and hosed, and it's still a 6-goal margin. But there's about 20 minutes of play left to go, and if the wind is as strong as we do believe, then they're still in there with some sort of a chance.
11.5 minutes have gone. 36 points the difference. Can the Tigers keep going? Plenty of time. Knocked down by Jones. Good tackle by Buckley and Marquezani. No one getting clear of that.
That was bad luck for the Tigers there, because Egan got in the way of White and had a clear to go to get out, Bob.
Richmond, of course, trailed by 16 points on Saturday, but finally lost by 10 goals. That all happened in the last quarter, so plenty of time. Harms tackled. Did he have the ball? Umpire calls play on. Rioli going in solidly, holding the man. Finally, and a free kick going to Wayne Harms.
And Wayne Harms gets the free kick, but Richmond supporters not too happy about the result. Ball hits the deck again. There's a free kick. It'll go to Carlton again. They're certainly well on top as far as the free kicks are concerned here tonight. Ball kicked well down towards the full forward position by Williams, coming out to meet it as Lee. And there's Moldhouse backing up now, taps the ball down, grabbed by Johnson, a hand pass back to Sheldon. Always a dangerous player, fires at the goals. But this time Kenny Sheldon's up target and the ball is out of bounds, and a penalty free kick to go to Fiat down there.
Sheldon's played pretty well tonight.
My word, he has. Laskett's been a star player too. Difference 36 points. The ball back into play again. Jones and Lee punched out by Jones at the back of the pack. There's a chance now for Jepp's kick. It's smothered. Picked up by Waite, but a hand pass coming out wide. Another one coming over there. This time it's Rioli breaking clear. Back it goes to Foley. Not a good hand pass. Waitman again. The Tigers looking better. Looking up there for Roach. Can he mark this one? At the back is Ben English. Always playing a safe game down there in the back. Not Ben English, Des English. Finally it's out there and picked up by Montgomery, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on Richmond's half-forward line, about 60 metres around from their goal. Still 36 points the difference in favour of the Blues. Into this quarter just on 13.5 minutes. Breaking clear is Buckley, a good hand pass to Sheldon. Another one out wide looking for Howell. It's a bit long going after him is Strawn. Bazusto collars the ball nicely on the boundary line, taps it along. It's still in play as it's finally Peart getting the hand pass out. And it's Kane moving it over now, and the ball kicked away by Strawn, but there's no one there for Richmond, and an easy mark taken on the centre wing by Buckley. Doesn't mess about. Streaks away from Rioli. Still going down there towards centre half forward. Goes for short pass, and picked up nicely by Aspin over to Buckley. This could be a goal coming up. It's running towards the goals. Can Johnson pick it up? No, he can't. It's through for 1 point. So the Blues move on now to 13 goals, 11. 89 points to Richmond's 8-goal 4, 52 points.
37 points the difference. The ball has to come back, does it? No, he says it's okay. It is a mark to Wall. Williams in front. Foley couldn't get there. Picked up by Malin. Underneath it is Wiley. No talking by those two Richmond players. 2 up and none down. Ashman gets it back and turned to Buckley, who's steadies this time. Buckley in the goals and has put it through for 1 point. Well, a little bit of a disagreement down there again. Once again, Ashman in the thick of it.
That certainly looked like a goal to me too, Bob. Bob even marked it down.
Can't pick them all the time. Jess and Bordelotto, the two that clashed at the opening of the game. A free kick again, going Carlton's way. It will be taken by Mario Bordelotto at left centre wing. 52-90 is the score.
Free kicks 29-19 in favour of Carlton, Peter.
I thought there'd be a few more. The Richmond have given away a number of foolish free kicks tonight. Strawn down to right half forward. Des English at the back. Foley cannons into Reid. That was pretty solid stuff. Montgomery gets it back to Reid. Good knock on by Jess, but it's an ill-directed one out to English. Harms. Jones. Away goes Wow. Mark Buckley in front. Can't take the mark. Down it comes to Palm. Lovely sidestep from Sheldon. Shoots it back to right half forward for Richmond. Jess is there. Palms it back. Landy. Grabbed beautifully by Bordelotto. No free kick. English again in everything for Carlton. What a consistent player he's been this year. Victorian representation. And the premiership, of course, for him and the Carlton side would cap things off nicely.
Ball out of bounds on the centre wing position. Carlton 13-12, 90 points to Richmond 8-4-52, just over the 16-minute mark of the last quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. There's Egan grabbed, couldn't get clear, but he won't give in. Finally, the ball is tapped out. Nice spin away from his partner. That time is Waitman with a hand pass to Rioli. It bounces well on the boundary line. He drives it to Wiley up there towards the full forward position. Will it bounce? No, it's finally taken through for 1 point by Reed. So it's 13-12, 90 Carlton to Richmond, 8 goals, 5-53. Ball back into play again by Montgomery, out there towards the half-back line. They're all flying. Landy's trying to claim the mark. He's paying it. Mark to Landy out there at half-forward, a good distance out from goal. Well, he's certainly played a lot better since being shifted away from Bazusto in that first quarter and a half. Or after half-time, and a good mark taken there by Reed at full-back. So Carlton standing after the strain pretty well, as they're still 37 points in front, the ball out wide, and a nice mark there to Jones. He's upended by Strawn, but he still hasn't lost the ball. He's got that mark out there on that half-back line. Hand pass to Mayer. Short pass again, and the mark taken out there by Williams. They're doing as they like at the moment. Another long hand pass to Ashman. No one within Curry. Coming in to meet him now is Lovett. Oh, good play by Lovett, but it's finally knocked on over to Sheldon by Ashman. Oh, nearly 50 that time, Lee, but missed. A long hand pass to Buckley on the boundary line. A shot, but it's out of bounds. And it'll be a penalty free kick down there to Richmond. 13-12, 90 Carlton to Richmond, 8 goals, 5-53, just on the 18-minute mark of this last quarter. Oh, they can't make up their mind now. Moldhouse to take the free kick down there in the back pocket. Out there to half-back. There's a chance now for Howe to mark this one. Couldn't hold. He might have grabbed it, but the umpire said play on. Punched away by Rioli towards centre half-back. Coming to meet it now as Strawn goes for the hand pass. No one there for Richmond. In front there is Hartley. Down he goes. Tries to get a hand pass. They collar him. And the umpire said it'll be a ball up at centre field as we approach the 18.5-minute mark of the last quarter.
A few sore players out there tonight, I think. It's a very solid game. From the first bounce, in fact, before it all started. And again, 2 Richmond players went up. Not much science in that. Trying to get it away from Jones, who takes the free kick. Good smother by Waitman. Sprinting away is Matthew Ward. Long up to full forward and Roach. And a great mark. Playing on. A shot. And he's put it through for one behind. Roach certainly got the distance. I suppose it's always good to be wise after the event, Bob, but why did he play on?
Because I can't really understand why. I think he was going to handball, but with the way the wind is blowing, I'm sure that he should have gone back. Well, he probably realises that himself now.
Harms takes the kick out and a beautiful torpedo punt towards the outer side. Scooped out to Glasgow. Malin is there. Peart and Mark Buckley knocked away by Peart. A chance for Jeff. In soccer tactics, and he's still in there battling. Riol. Jess on left centre wing. Waddle tripping over the mark, and Jess very quickly to put it out to him. Lovely punt kick by Jess up to Foley. Reed at the back of the pack. Spoons out the hand pass to Marquezani. Back to centre wing. Mark Buckley in front of Peart. Onto Malin. Malin up towards right half forward. Jeff again. Back it comes in turn from Landy. And the ball out of bounds, is it?
Mark the wing, I think he's
Played it, has he? Into the left centre wing. Oh, goodness me. Marquezani, beautiful smother though, nevertheless. Kicks it off the ground, just lands inside. Williams traps it and gets it on to Malin.
And they're doing it easy at the moment, Carlton, as we see Malin gets a hand pass back to Johnston. He's clear out there at half forward. He's grabbed the game, but still gets a kick. A chance for Howell, the marker, but he steps in front of him and picks up the mark and decides to play on. Goes for a pass. It's grabbed here at the centre half back position by Wiley. Over to Moldhouse. Out wide. Oh, well intercepted that time, Sheldon. Gets away from Egan beautifully. as he drives the ball down there over the centre half forward position. Coming out to meet it is Jess. I think he's playing down there at centre half back at the moment. It's a bit late for that, I would say, as the ball comes back and a mark there to Ashton. So Carlton have got all the answers at the moment. Well, they've had them all night, as a matter of fact. They're in front by 36 points. Into this quarter by about 21.5 minutes, and a mark out there on the boundary line. We see the hand pass from Howell going across to Ashman. A long kick up towards full forward. Oh, Lee dropped the sitter that time. Finally, it's thrown away by Landy, and Lee in a bit of trouble, but goes over the line and out of bounds. Johnson appealing for a free kick. Now, at one point, I should say, otherwise it's out of bounds.
It was almost like a rugby try.
It was, wasn't it?
13 took it over the line.
13-13, 91 Carlton. Richmond 8 goals, 6:54, just on the 22-minute mark. The back is Jess. Couldn't quite hold that one. Big Jones gets a hand pass back. Down goes Buckley. They bounce on top of him. And there'll be a ball up out there at half forward for Carlton, about 60 metres out from goal. I see Strawn down, but he'll be okay, I should imagine. So it'll be a ball up about 60 metres out from the Carlton goal.
22 1/4 minutes gone. Free kicks his umpire Neville Nash. Going Carlton's way. Wow Jones, the recipient of it. Looking for Mark Buckley. He's in the wrong position, through for one behind. Didn't catch the goal umpire, which takes the scores to 92 to 54. 38 points the difference. The Tigers have gained 3 points since half-time. Statistically, I suppose they lost it in that second quarter when Carlton kicked 6 straight. Marquezani, well tackled. A play on call from the umpire. Scooped out to Glasgow, who's played a very good game for Carlton. A ball up to take place, right half forward flank for the Blues. Jones thumps it away, right into the arms of Mark Buckley. Long to Ashman, not a good piece of handball. Going through Jimmy Buckley, spins out finally and puts it through. Now it just dribbles through for one behind. Awkward kick from Buckley.
Hasn't played a bad game since coming on the ground either. Jimmy Buckley certainly tears in, Bob.
No, the Carlton small men have been effective right throughout the night. And what has gotten away from them and gone down to defence has been repulsed by English.
Well, didn't Ashman get a bad bounce there? The umpire has found a free kick for Richmond. It will be taken by Mickey Malthouse, short of centre half. Looking for Jess. Opposition from Jones, who's too tall.
Played pretty well,
he
too.
has played a fine game, especially after half-time. I think he started to do a lot of useful things. Let's see if he can do something useful. And here he has done. He's found Mark Buckley onto Mario Bortolotto, who decides that he can kick a goal. Let's see if he's accurate or not. The kick not long enough. Waiting at the back is Peart, who brings it wide, and he finds White.
Well, he takes that mark a little short of half-back. Carlton looking good now as we approach the 25-minute mark. They're 93 points to Richmond 54. And it's Egan driving the ball down towards the centre wing, but once again it's Big Wow Jones taking the mark and also getting a 15-metre penalty.
7 marks to Big Wow.
Well, he's done a pretty good job. For the Blues, he's been a real trial ever since he joined the club. The short kick, intercepted that time by Landy, finally picked up by Wiley again. And there he is, the ever-reliable English, who takes another mark out there on the centre wing position. Short pass. And the Bortolotto with a hand pass. Back here again to Marquezani out there at half forward. Streaming towards goals. A long kick down there towards Bazasto. And this will be another one coming up. And you can wrap up the 1983 Stirling Cup now, I'd say.
3 goals to Peter Bazasto. And as Lou was saying, the ever-reliable Des English. And when the ball's up in the air, he's a little bit like Gary Ayres of Hawthorn. There's very few times that he doesn't mark it and mark it truly, and that was another example. Then a well-placed kick to Bazasto, and away Carlton went again. And Richmond, although they've played far better in this second half, have never been able to bridge the gap.
Well, we're just on the 26-minute mark, and as I said before, this will be the first night premiership Carlton have ever won, and they've won the total prize money of $115,000. There's no way the Tigers can win it from here now. just on the 26-minute mark. And you can say that the Blues have got this Stirling Cup wrapped up now, and this is their first ever night premiership, Pete, isn't it?
Yes, it is, after being runners-up in night football 5 times.
Throw the ball down now to Waitman, spins out the pack, he's grabbed, tries to get a hand pass out, he's successful. Foley gives it over to Landy, a running shot at goal, not a bad sort of a kick either. Good bit of shepherding by Roach, but through for a goal for the Tigers. So it's 14-15-99 Carlton for Richmond, 9 goals, 660.
A belated goal by the Blues, and we watch again on replay with our camera shot from behind the goals. Landy straightens up, a better play.
39 points the difference in favour of Carlton. But really, it has been goal for goal since half-time. Malin's kick is short. Mark Buckley goes for the knock-on. Intercepting is Tim Jepp. And it will be a ball up on the centre square line. Fortunately for both clubs, no serious injuries. Barry Rowling's got a rather heavy knock. Seems to be suffering from a bruised shoulder, but should be okay for Saturday. Rioli, Wiley at left half forward, takes the mark. Amid attention from Hartney, gets clear. Wiley lobs it high. Well, Roach tried to drag it in one-handed. Here's Egan scouting well, and a snapshot is through for a goal. 2 goals to Egan, so the Tigers adding a little bit of respectability to their score now. A deficit of 33 points.
Yes, no chance of winning the game, but nonetheless, you must admire the way that...
Well, there's still a bit of spirit there, Bob, isn't there?
Yes, it's a pity Carlton, I suppose, got that break on them in the second quarter when they kicked 6 straight to 1-2. Since then, Richmond have matched them in the scoring department.
Well, the Blues wouldn't be sorry because there's $115,000 at stake, Pete.
33 points the difference. Lee and Jones, won by Lee, picked up by Ashman. Torpedo punt kick out towards left half forward. Malthouse is there doing battle with Jimmy Buckley. Nicky can't get clear. Has to go for the short kick, which traverses the boundary line round about centre wing, and we'll see once again a boundary throw-in. Almost in the position where we'll be seeing the presentation at the conclusion of the game. Francis Burke down there already. Lee and Jones. Good use of the body by Jones, and palms it out. Intercepting as Wally Lovett. Tackled very solidly by Bortolotto and Johnston, and that will necessitate a ball up at centre wing. We're handing the ball back to umpire Kevin Smith. He's tried hard for Richmond. Lee and Jones again. Palmed away by Lee. Johnston has the ball. A free kick going Carlton's way, and the recipient on this occasion will be Big Wow Jones, who'll take it at left centre wing.
And we're just on the 29.5-minute mark, so it's just about over. As we see the long kick right down there towards the full forward position. A good mark taken there by Mark Buckley. Buckley would only be about, let me see, no more than about 25 to 30 metres out from goal. There's Andy Preston.
15-minute penalty.
Well, this gives him a great chance now. He'd be no more than about 15 metres out, and Buckley going for goal number 2. And, of course, goal number 15 for the Blues. That's through for 1 point. So at the moment it's 14 goals, 16, 100 Carlton. There's the siren to win the match, and Carlton are the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final winners. A fine effort by the Blues, and of course the Tigers were never in the race after about halfway through the 10 minutes. But what a great performance by Carlton to win their first ever night premiership, and of course this would lift the morale of the team no end. Struggle to get back in the 5, and they're in there now with a fighting chance. And I think from now on we'll see a different Carlton side for the rest of the season. They'd be a very happy mob, I would say. And the crowd, Peter, streaming onto the ground, ready to give their champions the plaudits they really deserved enough, because they were the better side all night. We must give full marks to the Tigers too, Bob, because they did fight it out. But the final scores, Pete?
14-16, 100. Carlton defeating Richmond 10-6, 66. facing a deficit of 41 points. Can they come back? Lee and Jones, Ashman and Rioli. Rioli slung and gets a free kick. So that's a good start at least for Richmond. They certainly need something going their way, and fairly quickly. Rioli kicks short to half forward. Montgomery missed the mark. English backs him up well. A chance for Sheldon to pick up on the run, which he does so, trying to get it out to Williams, who's dispossessed very smartly. Sheldon and Rioli again. Morris could get another one here. He has done.
And I noticed that Foley's out on the ground at centre half forward, Bob.
Well, they'll lose nothing by that, will they?
And Landy up on the ball, Will.
So they've certainly made a couple of changes.
Roach off his chest. Rioli again up towards Marquezani this time. Comes out from the back pocket, wobbles the punt up towards half back. Glascott is there. Or was it Robertson? No, it's Glascott. Back towards centre field. Kick a little bit short, looking for Robertson. Malthouse beats him to it. A good smother though. Palm on the boundary line. Preston. They're going a long way around here. Palm again. Egan can't gather it in. Now he finally flicks out the hand pass, trying to find Wiley, who is tripped up. No free kick, a ball out of bounds, and a throw in right forward pocket for Richmond.
Well, whatever Francis Burke said has certainly brought Richmond out with some sort of endeavour, and they're being shown great leadership at the moment by Rioli. He's been in everything in this couple of minutes,
including 2 free kicks. So Morris, as you said, Bob, showing the fighting example. English though palms the ball down. That Wiley that got one a little bit too high. I think he's down. Williams's kick out towards the boundary line, and the mark taken right on the boundary line by Straw. Jess is the flyer for Richmond. Landy back to Rawlings. High ball to full forward. In front is Roach, knocked away by Reid. See, the Carlton defence are backing up well. Wiley on the boundary line, and a snapshot out of bounds on the full, I think. Yes, it is. And the free kick going Carlton's way.
You couldn't be critical of Wiley there, though. He was under that much pressure, and he was lucky even to get boot to ball.
Ball out of bounds in the forward pocket. Carlton 55 points to Richmond 14 points. A dismal first half by the Tigers, just over the 2-minute mark of this third quarter. Ball back into play by English. Out there. Goal.
Yeah, one way of looking at it. And of course, he may miss, so the odds you take. Glascott's kick looks pretty good. He put it through. His first goal.
And that's the best way of answering a hit, I
reckon. I still think it was a foolish free kick just the same.
Well, they have given away a lot of foolish free kicks, as you mentioned. In fact, 3 of their goals have come from free kicks.
And Carlton, you must admire the approach of Carlton tonight. They certainly, from the very first bounce, were built up to the game, and the lackadaisical approach we saw from Carlton in some of the day games up to the last couple of weeks, certainly not evident tonight.
40 points the difference once again in favour of Carlton.
Well, they look alike with those headgears on tonight, and of course the 4 pops up every now and again as the ball comes back into play. Just over the 6-minute mark, and the Blues still looking good. There's a chance for Wall to get out, gets a hand pass. Moldhouse missed that one altogether. Wall dives on the ball. They grab him. Ashman in there. The thick of things, the umpire said it's holding the ball against him.
What chance did Wall have?
He had no chance whatsoever. At least he was making the play. The others were just there dwelling on him. So we wait now for Ashman to lob this just about in the goal square. Well, it's not a good kick. It's off the side of the boot. Pizzusto comes over, but it's out of bounds. And there'll be a throw-in from that forward pocket.
Booker Millis off, Malin on.
Malin on the ground.
Buckley also getting ready to come on.
That's Jimmy Buckley.
Knocked out by Howe. Picked up nicely by Landy. Now on the ball, a hand pass. He was given a nice pass by Pizzusto in the first half. Preston with a long hand pass to Jepp. They've got to go long, the Tigers. They won't have a chance in this game at all. That's not a good kick. And there's Mario Bortolotto getting away from Jess to take a nice mark out there on the wing position. A pass. And it's marked here by Buckley. Over it goes to Glasgow. A beautiful sidestep away from Wall. Drives the ball down there looking for Pizzusto and Ashman. The 2 guys with the headgears on. Now Ashman with the left foot snap at goals. Well smothered by Wiley. Howe couldn't pick it up. Was it Marquezan? It was Howe, and finally forced through by Strawn for 1 point. So just on the 8-minute mark, it's 9 goals, 9-63 Carlton to Richmond 3-3-21. We wait now for the ball to come back into play by Strawn. Well, rain stopped, and it's still a perfect night for this 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Ground in perfect condition, except for a bit of a heavy spot out there on that half-forward flank with the ball is. Now that's Jones taking a great mark over the top of Mark Lee, and he's got a chance now.
15 metres, Luke.
15 metres. This gives him a better chance to score here now.
Well, another foolish infringement by Richmond. And not the greatest of kicks, but of course the extra 15 metres could make the difference. No, it hasn't. Taken by Merv Kane. In front is Egan. Knocked away by Harms. Williams got a solid one.
Really missed a sandwich that time, I reckon.
Bortolotto looking for the hand pass. Well caught. Too high, says the umpire. Looks like another 15 metres, is it? Yes. And Mario Bortolotto at left half-forward flank to take the free from there. Mazzusto.
It's okay having aggression, Bob, but it's no good being foolish about it, is it?
No, that's right, Luke. The main thing is to get the ball.
Yes, and Frioli's got it a number of times. Chipping in very nicely for that one. Egan right on the boundary line, marking in front of Harms. Short of right centre wing. At the back, Bortolotto and Jess. Jones is there likewise for Carlton. Tackled well by Rollings. Out it comes to Preston. A fortnight to get rid of it. Jess grabbed. He didn't have the ball, surely. On the shoulder, says the umpire, and the Ghost will take the free kick just short of right half-forward flank. Brings it into Wiley. Who's clear? Wiley at half-forward. Gone for a pass, looking for Roach. Reed is right there with him. Roach comes out with the ball, shoots it up into the forward pocket. Here's a chance for Landy. Grab, shrugs it well. Snapshot at goal. Foley, and he's put it through.
Well, he took a chance that time, Foley, because I think it was going to go through for a goal, Bob.
Yes, I don't believe that Foley actually realised quite where he was, Lou. If he'd known that it was going to go through, and the way Richmond's luck's been going, let's face it, if he'd let it go, it could have hit the post, and that wouldn't be too happy at all. But it was going through, but fortunately for Foley, he didn't drop it, and it's 1 goal to the Tigers, a badly needed one again.
Well, it's 36 points the difference. And we're just on the 10.5-minute mark of this third quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final.
Ball up again. Now it's going to be another free kick to Carlton.
Free kick there to Maryland. Drives the ball out to that half-forward flank. Well, actually, Moldau stood there, and finally it came back to Jeff, a hand pass coming out wide now, and it's Wall driving the ball back there, and Landy takes them out. Well, Landy looking a lot better since he's been moved away from Mazzusto and now on the ball. Ball kicked up there towards Roach. Surrounded by, he's got the mark. It's a beautiful mark by Roach. Well, let's hope the Tigers can make a comeback and make a game of this. There it is in replay again. It's a fine mark, Bob.
Right in the middle of the pack, judging it to perfection. He's taken some nice marks tonight, Roach.
He's about 45 to 50 metres out from goal. There's the kick by Roach. Doesn't quite make the distance. Foley flies. It comes down to Lovett. He fumbles. It's finally picked up now by Jimmy Buckley, who drives the ball back towards centre field. And it's Glaskett coming out of the pack. He's played a pretty good game. He got one right behind the ear, so it'll be a free kick down the field. Once again, the Tigers giving away silly free kicks.
And maybe Richmond feel they can slow them down bit by bit and get on that way.
I don't think it's working out, Bob, at the moment, because they're running on top of them easily. So it's Aspin out there at half-forward as we approach the 12-minute mark. There's a good mark to Peart. I noticed that Peart went down to the forward line in that second quarter. Now he's back there on the defence. Over it goes to Jeff. Jeff's kick is out wide, looking out there for Landy. Can't make it in time, and the ball is out of bounds. Out there on Carlton's half-forward on about 70 metres around from the goal.
No closer than they were.
That's right. No. 9 goals, 9-63 Carlton. The Richmond 4-3-27, the difference of 36 points. And can the Tigers make this a better game, Peter?
Well, they've shown a lot more endeavour in this quarter, haven't they? Than they
certainly
did
have.
The first half of the match when they could only manage 2 goals.
But still giving away foolish free kicks, and this is right up Carlton's alley.
Knocked down by Lee. Out it comes to Palm. Plenty of trouble picking it up. It's probably about the muddiest part of the ground over there. The umpire has found a free kick for holding the ball.
I think it's a bit tough on a guy when he's making the play like that, just the same.
It goes to Rioli. He didn't think it was going the Tigers' way, but the Ghost has taken the mark at centre field, gets it on to Preston. Downfield it comes. Who's the bounce going to favour? Goes to Wall. Rollings. Wiley running with him for support. Down to full forward. It's 3-on-1 down there, and the mark taken by Buckley. Or Sheldon. Jess again. Long down to full forward. Roach late on the scene, but the mark has been taken by Landy.
Certainly made a difference to this guy going on the ball too.
Yes, he's playing a lot better in this quarter. Wobbly punt kick up to the 10-metre square. Almost a one-handed grab. Chance for Wally Lovett. Got two hands to the ball. Out of bounds. Not on the full. Bounces a metre inside. Coming up to the 14-minute mark. Third quarter.
Francisburg on the phone. I don't know who he's ringing. I think he should be ringing the other guy. Could give him a bit of help now at the moment, Bob.
No, they're playing a lot better, though, in this term, Lou. Unfortunately, with all the play they've had, they still haven't got more than 2 goals on the board.
Jones to Malin to English. Out of boundary. Well, that's out on the bounds on the full. Yes, bad luck for Matthew Wall.
Yes, that doesn't deserve to happen, does it?
No. Free kick going to Marcazani. Waitman back on the ground. In the middle is Lee. He's paying it to Richmond, and it will be to Mark Lee. Lee at left centre wing.
He's their best player by far.
Lobs it up to half forward. Big Jones. It's big man to big man at the moment.
Just on the 14.5-minute mark, and still 36 points the difference in favour of Carlton. There's Jimmy Buckley getting a hand pass. It's okay, and Hartney grabs the ball there at centre half back. Over the pack, hit Buckley on the chest. He lost sight of it altogether. Oh, there's Palm going down. They've grabbed him, but the umpire said it'll be a ball up out there on that edge of the square, up towards the wing position. 9 goals, 963 Carlton to Richmond 4-3-27. No doubt the Tigers looking a lot better this quarter. And there's a long way to go yet in this 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Knocked out by Jesper to the wrong man. That's Williams threading his way through the pack beautifully. A long kick. Has a go for a goal. It's through. What a goal by Williams. A magnificent goal.
Yes, well, a youngster he might be, but you do not see many better goals than that. He roved it to perfection. Not only did he gain possession, he absolutely sprinted for that 5 to 10 metres to get himself clear of the pack. And I know it's everybody says that's what you should do when you gain possession, but you really get the opportunity to. And I think his speed out of the pack surprised everybody, and what a great kick.
Certainly a great kick, Bob, as we approach the 16-minute mark. And the difference now 42 points. A great lead for the Blues. Knocked out by Lee, doing a great job. That's Jess going through the pack. Not a good hand pass to Rollins. He kicks it off the ground out wide. Ball out of bounds on the centre wing position with Carlton 69 points to Richmond 27, a 42-point lead. Just over the 16-minute mark of this third quarter. The ball back into play again. Jones and Lee. That's Jess at the back of the pack. Finally cleared away by Hartley. And there's a mark to Johnson. A little bit quiet in the third quarter, but it got up to a great first quarter.
And the Carlton side have increased their lead by 1 point after half-time. They led by 41 points at the main change. They now lead by 42. That could have been a trip or too high. Call of what you will. It'll be a Richmond free kick to Palm. Palm just up from the back pocket. English tried to go to score but couldn't get near the ball. There was a push out. It's a Carlton free kick. It will go to English or Howe. Or is it Marcazani to take it? It's the latter. Marcazani from left centre wing. Up towards Howe. Knocked away by Lee. Down it comes to Strawn. He's grabbed. Wall goes to knock on. A badly directed knock on. Wiley from half-back. In towards the centre square. Taken by Waitman, who started this quarter on the bench. On to Rioli. Gets clear of Jones. Up to half forward, looking for Roach. Leads out from Reed. In towards the forward pocket, and that will be a mark.
Incidentally, we were talking about the aggression of Richmond. The free kicks up till half-time were 18 to 10 in favour of Carlton.
It's a margin of
24 to 15 now.
24 to 15, so it just proves 1 point, doesn't it? That's what we were talking about.
So Foley having a chance to bring up his second goal. And what's he done with that? One behind, a bad miss by Foley. Certainly the Tigers could have done with that. 10-9, 69 to 4-4-28 at the 18-minute mark of the quarter.
As well as Richmond have played in this term, Pete, the score is exactly the same as it was at half-time.
Yes, 41-point deficit. English takes the mark at right back pocket. And finally gets his 15-metre penalty. Around the centre wing, strong mark by Graham Strawn. Lobs it back whence it came. In the middle of the pack, Roach trying to claim the mark, just about dragged it down too. Reid goes for the hand pass, taken by Malin.
And Malin's kick is back there towards that. Lee couldn't mark that.
Kick downfield.
It'll be a kick downfield against Richmond again. So once again they give away another foolish free kick.
With another head-high tackle.
This gives Mark Buckley a chance to go for a short pass, which he does. There's Bazusto with a hand pass coming back to Glasgow. Another one over to Johnson. Oh, he ran right into Rioli. Still can't get clear. We see, Kane's go by the leg and he'll get a free kick.
It's right behind the play. Malthouse is in it.
Oh, they're into it down there. There's a wrestling match going on.
It's Ashman, I think. We saw that on the screen a couple of minutes ago.
He's lost his helmet, whoever it is there, so it's not Bazusto, it's Ashman.
Yep.
That's Strawn and Ashman. Malthouse was in that too. He's going over to him again. Well, the Tigers haven't got much left. Still a little bit of nudging going on by the two of them there. Well, there's Jones going into the pack, and it's got to be a free kick. This time it'll go to Foley, I would say. Foley's out there on the centre wing position. This game being a game of thrills and spills, but Carlton looking the better side by far. Up it goes there now for Roach. And Reid taps the ball down. It's knocked on again by Rawlings. Over to Landy. He goes down, and the umpire will ball it up out there towards Richmond's centre-half forward position. They're still trailing by 41 points. Into this quarter by about 20 minutes. Knocked out that time by Jones. Picked up by Jimmy Buckley. The ball falls short. Knocked away by Mark Buckley. Beautifully picked up by Johnson. And coming in is Mervyn Kane. A long kick from centre-half back down the English at the back. But there's two of them and half. They've both played great games. And Reid hasn't done a bad job either as he hooks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. And once again we see the Tigers take the mark through Jeff. Oh, did he get himself into trouble there? He just kicked it out wildly. Punched away by Howell. The ball is tapped back to English. Tries to get through the pack. He's grabbed. It's finally kicked out wide towards Hartley. Coming in to meet him is Lovett. Down he goes. A chance now for Lovett to get the ball clear and go for a pass. It's not a good one looking there for Roach. Backing up is Jones, and Jones takes the ball back towards half-back. English couldn't hold that mark, but backing up as usual at Carlton, the players down there. It's picked up by Sheldon. Finally, it's a chance now for Peters. A low hand pass to Strawn. Threads his way through the pack. Another bad hand pass. The Tigers making mistakes as we see Mark Buckley get one in the back, and he'll take a free kick out there on the centre wing position.
When he gets clear. Sheldon, left centre wing. Malthouse and Glasgow. Glasgow's got better speed, streams into goal, gives it to Ashman, snapshot, behind, or is it through? It's a goal! 3 goals to Ashman. What a great shot from there.
Great piece of play there by Glasgow. He knew that he couldn't get there himself. He was tackled. He got the ball back to Ashman, and a miracle goal from that position. I think you could give Ashman another 99 shots from that position, and I doubt very much whether he would take another one.
Well, it really was an amazing shot. We saw Bernie Evans get a similar one from the boundary line at the SCG on Sunday, and that was almost as good. 75 to 28 now in favour of Carlton. They seem to have the premiership already on toast. Jones. Kane's kick back towards right centre wing. Oh, Rollins gets offloaded beautifully out there by Montgomery. That was a very solid bump. Rollins not looking too good at all at the moment. Kane goes for the hand pass. That's okay. Wally Lovett's kick is high. At the back is Reid. Tries to go the spoil, effectively so. Wakeman's hand pass is smothered. In the back. That's to the delight of the Richmond supporters.
Rollins not too good there, Pete.
It stung him a bit, didn't it?
Rollins.
Certainly stung him a bit, Peter.
Good indeed. Quite fair. Free kick to Egan in the meantime, down in the forward pocket, or right half forward flank to be more precise. About 45 metres out from goal. He's made a good fist of that one and put it through. Certainly needed that. So the Tigers now in the Stirling Cup Grand Final, 11-9-75 Carlton, Richmond 5-4-34.
Still a difference of 41 points as we approach the 23.5-minute mark. I think there's the bump. It was a fair bump by Montgomery that time, and of course it looks as though Rawlings could be coming off the ground. He's certainly stunned. That's the best thing to do when you're walking around in a daze, Bob.
Yes, when you're in that sort of condition, you're no good to your team out on the ground, and so it's better to come, particularly with the interchange. And if Rawlings is okay to come back on, sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got concussion when it happens like that. And,
I wonder if his arms hurt there too, because the trainers are holding that left arm.
Look at maybe just assisting him, really.
41 points the difference. Ashman leading Malthouse. No love lost between that pair at the moment, and Malthouse cuts the ball over the boundary line. We'll see it thrown into play right forward pocket for Carlton. 24 minutes gone in the third quarter.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. It's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Carlton goal. And they're doing it pretty well at the moment. Oh, good play on the part of Williams. He taps the ball out. Once again, it's Strawn coming out of that back pocket. Oh, nearly a mark. It'll be a mark to win. That was a pretty good mark by that young Tiger. Oh, he doesn't know where to go. He's in trouble now. He's gone just about as he gets a hand pass back to Wall. Out wide to Jeff there at half-back. They got away and out of trouble that time as the kick goes now to Jess. He goes to punch. Down he comes, finally cleared away by Montgomery. Smothered. Bordelotto lost it. And they're literally throwing themselves at the ball out there on that wing position. And the umpire will ball it up. Carlton at the moment are 11-9-75 to Richmond 5-4-34. Just on the 25-minute mark of this, the third quarter. Carlton have been in charge just about all day they have as the ball comes down to Mail. They pounce on him, he can't get it clear, and the umpire said he's grabbed too high, and a free kick will go to Carlton. So they're well on top as far as the free kicks are concerned. Out wide, Bordelotto on that centre wing position goes for a pass, looking out there for Howe, but the ball is too long, and it's out of bounds. Into the time on period by about 20 seconds. So the Tigers will have to do something extraordinary this last quarter. They're going to win this match, Bob.
I think the horse might have bottled in that respect, Lou, but they are certainly playing better, and it's amazing what a couple of quick goals could do for confidence.
Ball kicked back there by Kane, out wide, coming into mid-land. He overruns the ball, actually kicked that, but I think it'll be a throw-in. Didn't go out on the full, so there's a throw-in from that centre wing position.
Some of those Carlton players that were dominating the first half, Basusto, for instance, has been put out of it in this quarter by Mervyn Kane.
Well, I think we suggested that Landy should have been shifted about halfway through the second quarter. Back it comes to Rioli. Grabbed a little high. They pile on top of him. It's Marlin hooking the ball back over his shoulder. And it'll be out of bounds again. This time it's up towards Carlton's half-forward line, but it's a good distance out from goal. Still the difference is 41 points in favour of the Blues. And now, at this stage of the match, they're odds on to win this flag, but funny things have happened in the result here that could be tonight. Ball hits the deck again. Oh, that's Glasgow going down as the ball is back and finally forced over the line by Malin. So it's out of bounds on the centre wing position. We approach the 26.5-minute mark of this the third quarter.
Rees seems to have freshened too, and whether I'm correct or not, but it seems to be coming the other way. Waitman, Bordelotto in front and marks. And we had a bit of a dip with Jimmy Jess before the siren had even gone to sound the start of the match. Montgomery. Glasgow, just as though he had his jumper ripped too. Doesn't stop him taking that mark though. Played a very good game. Glasgow up towards the forward pocket. A chance for Brazasto and Mark Buckley. Here's the buzzer. Still in play. Peart in the back, surely.
Great kick, yes. That was a beautiful pick-up by Brazasto, wasn't it?
Well, I think he let Peart know he was around too.
Yes. Free kick. Oh, wow.
Oh, I think he might have missed it.
He didn't miss. Well, it was him instead of me.
If you don't get caught, you miss.
The ball up, says the umpire. Approaching the 28-minute mark. Knocked down by Jones. Waitman can't get clear. Nobody making any headway over there.
Susto got one there.
Found the free kick. Was that the evener upper? Because Uston has come out of it with the free kick. Long kick. 2 Tigers are there. Peart will take the mark right next to the behind post. He'll have to kick over the mark. There's the umpire. So he'll go towards the outer side again. Plays on. Over the mark. Peart takes the hand pass from Lee, runs into all sorts of trouble. Marcasani steadies and shoots, and that's a goal. Well, a foolish piece of play, as it turned out, 12-9, 81 to 5-4, 34.
Well, the Tigers did that in slow motion, Lee and Peart, Bob.
Yes, we'll watch it again on replay now, as we see it come across. Peart dropped that. Even if he hadn't dropped it, he was running straight into Marcasani anyway. If he doesn't drop it, it might not be a goal. But nonetheless, at this stage of the game, I can't see the sense in Lee being handball distance away. Lee should be back, giving him something to kick to. And at least it's out of the danger area with a long kick away. And the way Lee's marking, he'll be every chance of getting it.
29 minutes gone, 81 to 34 in the third quarter. It's all Carlton at the moment as Ashman tries to stream forward. Picked up by Rioli, well tackled by Johnson. Hurried hand pass, a chance for Jimmy Buckley. Fumble, Strawn over the top. Would have been a free kick. Umpire Kevin Smith says no, it will be a bounce. Centre half forward for Carlton.
It's done 29 and a half minutes gone of this quarter. The ball up at centre half forward for the Carlton. Knocked out by Lee. Plenty of fumbling going on by both sides there. When the umpire said there'll be a free kick, it'll go to Wiley at centre. Oh, this could be against him again. Field his play. He got the free kick, then he whacked Johnson. And they've been doing that all night. They've wasted a lot of chances. Richmond, they should be going long with a big right down as far as they can kick the ball. And a foolish free kick and a chance now for the Blues to go deep into attack again through Johnson at centre half forward. Have they made some mistakes tonight, the Tigers? And there's a good mark in defence by Mervyn Kane down there in the back pocket. So at the 30-minute mark of the third quarter, it's 12-9-81 as the siren goes. Carlton 12-9-81 to Richmond 5-4-34.
There has never been a football trophy quite like the magnificent Stirling Cup. The cast bronze, silver-plated statue on its sterling silver base was created by Lucky Rocco, the man who makes the Melbourne Cup. Valued at $13,000, the Stirling Cup is a fitting prize for this grand final clash between two of the game's champion teams. And you're watching Richmond and Carlton live and exclusive to 7.
Still favouring the freeway into the ground, but it's hard to gauge up here because it's coming into our face.
We begin the final quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup with the Tigers trailing by 47 points. If they're to get up, it certainly would be a mammoth performance from there. Taken away by Winton. Up towards half forward, underneath it Wayne Harms. A wobbly punt kick off the side of the boot, out of bounds on the full. And it will be a free kick to Richmond to be taken out there by Winton.
Even though they're kicking with a strong breeze, Pete, they need more than that, I think, at the moment, the way the Blues are playing.
I think they'd need a typhoon. Montgomery tries to knock it away, not successful. English backs him up well. Scooped out. At the back is Reid. Tries to knock it down. English is there again. Malin goes through solidly. Tries to get the hand pass to Harms. Ineffectual as it turned out. And the boundary throw-in to take place between left half forward and left forward pocket. Montgomery and Foley. Knocked down to English. Not making any headway there. Finally, Attachment that boots the ball clear. Up to Mark Buckley, who seemingly got one in the back. Taken away by Sheldon, but the whistle has gone. It is a free kick, and Buckley will take it at right half-back flank.
Some free kicks away, Bob, haven't they?
I was just thinking Buckley may well have a headache tonight.
Yes, he got a beauty from Lee earlier, didn't he? Pizzasto can't take the mark.
Free kick again.
Who's got it this time?
Williams on the shoulder.
He kicked a beautiful goal in the third quarter, didn't he, Williams? Really was a gem. That could have been a nudge out. Yes, says the umpire.
Well, that's not bad, 3 in a row.
That's Glascott wearing number 60. I mentioned during the...
bit of weight to carry around that number.
Yes.
That's the last straw, and they give you number 60.
Glascott up to full forward. Well, it could have been a free to Marcasani. Or Howe, was it? going to Mark Lee. The umpire said he was shepherded out. Well, be that as it may, Lee has the free kick, probably Richmond's most consistent player right throughout tonight. Montgomery gives the hand pass to Glascott on to Sheldon. Here go Carlton again. No one tackling Sheldon. Plenty of room to run. Long shot in towards the 10-metre square. Howell! Great mark.
Great mark by Howell there, about no more than 15 metres out, going for goal number 3, and of course goal number 13 for the Blues. Well, he shouldn't miss this one. There's the kick right through the middle for another goal to Carlton. So he's kicked the point. That looked like a goal to me. What did you reckon?
I thought it was a goal.
Golly. Well, that looked like a goal all the way.
He already put it down.
Take it out again. Well, that gives...
I thought it was a point, Lou.
Oh, you would, Bob. That's how you won your 3 Brownlows, son. So it's 12-10-82 to 5-4-34. Now we're waiting on the ball to come back. It's down there in the drain. Mickey Malthouse to kick out. Difference of 48 points. Just over the 3-minute mark of this last quarter, the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. Landy flies, couldn't hold that mark. Hand pass coming out to Rioli. Hooks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. There'll be a mark taken here. A quick hand pass coming over from Lovett, it was, and the ball finally driven up there towards that half-forward line. We see Reid couldn't pick the mark up. The ball punched away, and it's out of bounds by Bortolotto. So it's out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Richmond goal. And believe you me, they badly need another goal to give themselves the slightest chance of winning this match. It'll be Jones against Foley for the knockout. Actually, Jones got that one down, interfered with by Rioli. A snap at goal. He'll hook it back looking for Roach. Can he mark it? He's got it. So he's only about 10 metres out, directly in front. And I won't make a prediction about this one.
A great play again by Rioli. Richmond are to get back into the game at all. It was the play of Rioli just after half-time, and once again, he's the leader in any fight back they've got.
Kicked by Roach. And a goal.
And Michael Roach kicking his second goal. And Richmond desperately need a goal within another minute. That's the only way that they can really get their spirits back, because they've still got a 42-point deficit. And but as Peter and Stephen Phillips did say at three-quarter time, the wind has really freshened, and it is favouring Richmond probably 4, maybe 5 goals.
5 minutes into the final quarter, 42 points the difference. It was 41 points the difference at half-time. So Richmond really have just gone goal for goal since that break. Landy gets a nudge in the back, looking for a free kick. Sheldon comes out with the ball. Tiger fans not too happy that he didn't get one. There's a fine mark taken by Palm. Wiley. And a badly directed pass, and Williams takes the mark. Yes, he did play on. No, the umpire said a 15-metre penalty. I thought he tried to effect a hand pass. And so things not going right for the Tigers. Williams from right centre wing. Puts the ball really high. In front is Mark Buckley. Can't take the mark. Palm at the back. On the shoulder, says umpire Kevin Smith, and it is a Carlton free kick. David Glascott, wearing Guernsey number 60.
Played a pretty good game tonight, young Glascott.
He had number 32 ripped off him in the third quarter. Knocked away by Kane, out of bounds. 6 minutes gone in the final term of the 83 Stirling Cup, which will be presented at the conclusion of the match. Jones, knock on by Ashman. Strawn to Wiley, who has to go across goal. No one running with him, no one to give it to, so he kicks it as long as possible out towards Waddy Lovett. We'll race for the boundary line, and the ball taken over by Marcasani. It will be thrown in adjacent to the players' interchange area. Wind quite fresh. You might be able to hear it in the effects microphones. Certainly has sprung up in the last half hour or so. Palmed away by Jones. Out it comes to Jimmy Buckley from Hartney. And a good mark taken down there for Richmond by Tim Jepp.
He's kept Johnson quiet since quarter time.
Yes, he's done a fair job. Jepp down there at half back. Kicks the ball across towards the centre wing position. Foley comes in, couldn't hold the mark. Jones fumbles. There's a chance for Lovett. But the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Carlton. And they're certainly heading the total as far as free kicks are concerned. The ball kicked by Jones up the half forward. Bazusto pushed out of position. He faked it. Finally, it's taken away by Mervyn Kane. Looking for Jimmy Jess with a chance to mark. He doesn't drop that. Oh, he trailed it over that time. And down goes Waitman. It could have been in the back it is. And they could have been a bit lucky that time, Richmond. But at least they got a chance to go back into attack through Waitman at centre half forward. Badly needed another goal to be in this game. Roach at the back, flies, nearly grabbed the mark, spins out of the pack, a snap at goal, and he's lobbed it through for another goal. That's goal number 3 to Roach. So it's 12 goals, 1082, Carlton to Richmond 7-4-46, just on the 8-minute mark of this quarter. So the difference now 36 points.
Yes, Carlton playing, having a lot more pressure applied to them now as we see Roach. And if the Tigers can get the ball down direct and straight away to Roach, where he's having a 1-hour duel, he's had the better of Reed right through the night, and he needs to be 1 out right through out.
There's a chance now for Whitten to get clear, but he can't pick it up. Hand pass coming out from Jeff back towards the centre of the ground. Umpire calling play on his mail and break clear at centre field, and kicks the ball wide out there looking for Bazusto in front of Kane. It bounces right, a hand pass back to Sheldon. Been a pretty handy player again. Back to Bazusto, he's in trouble, down he goes. The umpire calling play on as it comes out to Buckley again, and Sheldon again. The kick is short. Finally, Buckley gets a hand pass out to Howe. Another one coming over the Glasgow, wearing number, was it Glasgow 5? And he put it through. Yes, it's Glasgow.
A big rascal with the clowns making all that mess down there. That is disgraceful.
Okay, the score.
Also a fine goal by Glasgow.
I wasn't sure it was Glasgow or Robertson there for a minute.
They do look very similar, Lou. They've both got their socks down. They're both similar physiques. And you could really be excused on any occasion, even when they're wearing the right numbers, to get them mistaken.
9.5 minutes gone, final quarter. (88-46), and David Glasgow playing a real ripper of a game, no matter what Guernsey he's got. He's certainly been one of Carlton's best players tonight.
Certainly not unlike Robertson either. As Bob said, you know, both with their socks down, they're the same sort of build too, Bob.
Exactly the same.
Well, Robertson's done a pretty fair job as well too, while we're on the subject. Another ball up will take place just adjacent to the circle.
Well, they haven't had many weak players. Their defence has been marvellous, and they've had plenty of attacking players around that forward line too, Peter.
Yes, and they've matched them in the tough stuff too, Luke.
That's right.
Winton, from that bounce, hooks it up to left half forward. At the back is Wiley. But in the meantime, it will be a free kick downfield.
Coming back to be a kick.
Lee gives it to Waitman. So it's Dale Waitman's free kick. Short of centre field. Roach leading out. Got underneath it a little bit, and a chance for Montgomery. Gets the favourable bounce. Could have given it to Reed. Didn't see him perhaps. Rioli makes the most of every opportunity. Wiley does the shepherd. Into Landy, who marks adjacent to the behind post.
Go for a hand pass there, was he?
He was looking for someone to give it to, perhaps. And in the goal scorer is Michael Roach, who puts it through for a goal. So 4 goals to Roach, 52-88. That's 36 points the difference.
Well, it's bad defence by the Blues on that occasion. Maybe they are getting a little bit tired because they're not getting anywhere near the same amount of desperation in the thinner game. They may have looked at the scoreboard and thought that the game was honed and hosed, and it's still a 6-goal margin, but there's about 20 minutes of play left to go, and if the wind is as strong as we do believe, then they're still in there with some sort of a chance.
11.5 minutes have gone. 36 points the difference. Can the Tigers keep going? Plenty of time. Knocked down by Jones. Good tackle by Buckley and Marquezani. No one getting clear of that.
That was bad luck for the Tigers there, because Egan got in the way of Waitman and a clear to go to get out, Bob.
Richmond, of course, trailed by 16 points on Saturday, but finally lost by 10 goals. That all happened in the last quarter, so plenty of time. Harms tackled. Did he have the ball? Umpire calls play on. Rioli going in solidly. holding the man. Finally, and a free kick going to Wayne Holmes.
And Wayne Holmes gets the free kick, but Richmond supporters not too happy about the result. Ball hits the deck again. There's a free kick. It'll go to Carlton again. They're certainly well on top as far as the free kicks are concerned here tonight. Ball kicked well down towards the full forward position by Williams, coming out to meet it as Lee. And there's Moldhouse backing up now, taps the ball down, grabbed by Johnson, a hand pass back to Sheldon. Always a dangerous player, fires at the goals. But this time Kenny Sheldon's off target and the ball is out of bounds, and a penalty free kick to go to Peart down there.
Sheldon's played pretty well tonight.
My word, he has. Laskett's been a star player too. Difference 36 points, the ball back into play again. Jones and Lee punched out by Jones at the back of the pack. There's a chance now for Jepp's kick. It's smothered. Picked up by Waite, but a hand pass coming out wide. Another one coming over there. This time it's Rioli breaking clear. Back it goes to Foley. Not a good hand pass. Waitman again. The Tigers looking better. Looking up there for Rhodes. Can he mark this one? At the back is Ben English. Always playing a safe game down there in the back. Not Ben English, Des English. Finally it's out there and picked up by Montgomery, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds on Richmond's half-forward line, about 60 metres around from their goal. Still 36 points the difference in favour of the Blues. Into this quarter just on 13 and a half minutes. Breaking clear is Buckley, a good hand pass to Sheldon. Another one out wide looking for Howell. It's a bit long going after him is Strawn. Bazusto collars the ball nicely on the boundary line, taps it along. It's still in play as it's finally Peart getting the hand pass out. And it's Kane moving it over now, and the ball kicked away by Strawn, but there's no one there for Richmond, and an easy mark taken on the centre wing by Buckley. Doesn't mess about. Streaks away from Rioli. Still going down there towards centre half forward. Goes for a short pass, and picked up nicely by Ashman over to Buckley. This could be a goal coming up. It's running towards the goals. Can Johnson pick it up? No, he can't, and it's through for 1 point. So the Blues move on now to 13 goals, 11. 89 points to Richmond's 8-goal 4, 52 points.
37 points the difference. The ball has to come back, does it? No, he says it's okay. It is a mark the wall. Williams in front. Foley couldn't get there. Picked up by Malin. Underneath it is Wiley. No talking by those two Richmond players. 2 up and none down. Ashman gets it back and turn to Buckley, who steadies this time. Buckley in the goal and has put it through for 1 point. Well, a little bit of a disagreement down there again. Once again, Ashman in the thick of it.
That certainly looked like a goal to me too, Bob. Bob even marked it down.
Can't pick them all the time. Jess and Bordelotto, the two that crashed at the opening of the game. A free kick again, going Carlton's way. It will be taken by Mario Bordelotto at left centre wing. 52 to 90 is the score.
Free kicks 29 to 19 in favour of Carlton, Peter.
I thought there'd be a few more, but Richmond have given away a number of foolish free kicks tonight. Strawn down to right half forward. There's English at the back. Foley cannons into Reid. That was pretty solid stuff. Montgomery gets it back to Reid. Good knock on by Jess, but it's an ill-directed one out to English. Harms. Jones. Away goes Wow. Mark Buckley in front. Can't take the mark. Down it comes to Palm. Lovely sidestep from Sheldon. Shoots it back to right half forward for Richmond. Jess is there. Palms it back. Landy. Grabbed beautifully by Bordelotto. No free kick. English again in everything for Carlton. What a consistent player he's been this year. Victorian representation. And the premiership, of course, for him and the Carlton side would cap things off nicely.
Ball out of bounds on the centre wing position. Carlton 13, 12, 90 points to Richmond 8, 4, 52, just over the 16-minute mark of the last quarter of the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final. There's Egan grab. Couldn't get clear, but he won't give in. Finally, the ball is tapped out. Nice spin away from his partner. That time is Waitman with a hand pass to Rioli. It bounces well on the boundary line. He drives it to Wiley up there towards the full forward position. Will it bounce? No, it's finally taken through for 1 point by Reid. So it's 13, 12, 90 Carlton to Richmond 8 goals, 5, 53. Ball back into play again by Montgomery up there towards the half-back line. They're all flying. Landy's trying to claim the mark. He's paying it. Mark 2 Landy out there at half forward, a good distance out from goal. We've certainly played a lot better since being shifted away from Bazusto in that first quarter and a half. Or after half-time, and a good mark taken there by Reid at full-back. So Carlton standing after the strain pretty well, as they're still 37 points in front, the ball out wide, and a nice mark there. Jones, he's upended by Straw, but he still hasn't lost the ball. He's got that mark out there on that half-back line. Hand pass to Mayer. Short pass again, and the mark taken out there by Williams. They're doing as they like at the moment. Another long hand pass to Ashman. No one within Curry. Coming in to meet him now is Lovett. Oh, good play by Lovett, but it's finally knocked on over to Sheldon by Ashman. Oh, nearly 50 that time, Lee, but missed. A long hand pass to Buckley on the boundary line. A shot, but it's out of bounds. And it'll be a penalty free kick down there to Richmond. 13-12-90 Carlton to Richmond, 8 goals, 5:53, just on the 18-minute mark of this last quarter. Oh, they can't make up their mind now. Moldhouse to take the free kick down there in the back pocket. Out there to half-back. There's a chance now for Howe to mark this one. Couldn't hold it. Might have grabbed it, but the umpire said play on. Punched away by Rioli towards centre half-back. Coming to meet it now as Strawn goes for the hand pass. No one there for Richmond. In front there was Hartley. Down he goes. Tries to get a hand pass. They collar him. And the umpire said it'll be a ball up at centre field as we approach the 18.5-minute mark of the last quarter.
A few sore players out there tonight, I think. A very solid game. From the first bounce, in fact, before it all started. And again, 2 Richmond players went up. Not much science in that. Trying to get it away from Jones, who takes the free kick. Good smother by Waite. Sprinting away is Matthew Ward. Long up to full forward and Roach. And a great mark. Playing on. A shot. And he's put it through for one behind. Roach would have certainly got the distance. I suppose it's always good to be wise after the event, Bob, but why did he play on?
Because I can't really understand why. I think he was going to handball. But with the way the wind is blowing, I'm sure that he should have gone back. Well, he probably realises that himself now.
Harms takes the kick out and a beautiful torpedo punt towards the outer side. Scooped out to Glasgow. Malin is there. Peart and Mark Buckley knocked away by Peart. A chance for Jeff. And soccer tactics, and he's still in there battling. Riol. Jess on left centre wing. Waddle tripping over the mark, and Jess very quickly to put it out to him. Lovely punt kick by Jess up to Foley. Reid at the back of the pack spoons out the hand pass to Marquezani. Back to centre wing. Mark Buckley in front of Peart onto Malin. Malin up towards right half forward. Jeff again. Back it comes in turn from Landy, and the ball out of bounds, is it?
Mark the Winton, I think he's
Played it, has he? Winton at left centre wing. Oh, my goodness me. Marquezani, beautiful smother though, nevertheless. Kicks it off the ground. Just lands inside. Williams traps it and gets it on to Malin.
They're doing it easy at the moment, Carlton, as we see Malin gets a hand pass back to Johnson. He's clear out there at half forward. He's grabbed the game, but still gets a kick. A chance for Howe to mark, but he steps in front of him and picks up the mark and decides to play on. Goes for a pass. It's grabbed here at the centre half back position by Wiley. Over to Moldhouse. Out wide. Oh, well intercepted that time, Sheldon. Gets away from Megan beautifully as he drives the ball down there over the centre half forward position. Coming out to meet it is Jess. I think he's playing down there at centre half back at the moment. It's a bit late for that, I would say, as the ball comes back and a mark there to Ashford. So Carlton have got all the answers at the moment. Well, they've had them all night, as a matter of fact. They're in front by 36 points. Into this quarter by about 21.5 minutes, and a mark out there on the boundary line. We see the hand pass from Howe going across to Ashman. A long kick up towards full forward. Oh, Lee dropped the centre that time. Finally, it's thrown away by Landy, and Lee in a bit of trouble, but goes over the line and out of bounds. Johnson appealing for a free kick. No, at one point, I should say, otherwise it's out of bounds.
It was almost like a rugby try.
It was, wasn't it?
Lee took it over the line.
13-13-91, Carlton, Richmond 8 goals, 6:54, just on the 22-minute mark. The back is Jess. Couldn't quite hold that one. Big Jones gets a hand pass back. Down goes Buckley. They bounce on top of him. And there'll be a ball up out there at half forward for Carlton, about 60 metres out from goal. I see Strawn down, but he'll be okay, I should imagine. So it'll be a ball up about 60 metres out from the Carlton goal.
22 and a quarter minutes gone. Free kicks his umpire Neville Nash. And Carlton's way. Wow Jones, the recipient of it. To Mark Buckley. He's in the wrong position, through for one behind. Didn't catch the goal umpire, which takes the scores to 92 to 54. 38 points the difference. The Tigers have gained 3 points since half-time. Statistically, I suppose they lost it in that second quarter when Carlton kicked 6 straight. Marquezani, well tackled. A play on call from the umpire. Scooped out to Glasgow, who's played a very good game for Carlton. A ball up to take place, right half forward flank for the Blues. Jones thumps it away, right into the arms of Mark Buckley. Long to Ashman, not a good piece of handball. Going through Jimmy Buckley, spins out finally and puts it through. Now it just dribbles through for one behind. Awkward kick from Buckley.
Hasn't played a bad game since coming on the ground either. Jimmy Buckley certainly tears in, Bob.
No, the Carlton small men have been effective right throughout the night. And what has gotten away from them and gone down to defence has been repulsed by English.
Well, didn't Ashman get a bad bounce there? The umpire has found a free kick for Richmond. It will be taken by Mickey Malthouse, short of centre half. Looking for Jets. Opposition from Jones, who's too tall.
Played pretty well,
He has played a fine game, especially after half-time. I think he started to do a lot of useful things. Let's see if he can do something useful here. He has done. He's found Mark Buckley onto Mario Bortolotto, who decides that he can kick a goal. Let's see if he's accurate or not. The kick not long enough. Waiting at the back is Peart, who brings it wide, and he finds wide.
Well, he takes that mark a little short of half-back. Carlton looking good now as we approach the 25-minute mark. They're 93 points to Richmond 54. And it's Egan driving the ball down towards the centre wing, but once again it's Big Wow Jones taking the mark and also getting a 15-metre penalty.
7 marks to Big Wow.
Well, he's done a pretty good job. For the Blues, he's been a real trial ever since he joined the club. The short kick, intercepted that time by Landy, finally picked up by Wiley again. And there he is, the ever-reliable English, who takes another mark out there on the centre wing position. Short pass, and Bortolotto with a hand pass. Back here again to Marquezani, out there at half forward. Streaming towards goals. A long kick down there towards Bazasto, and this will be another one coming up. And he can wrap up the 1983 Stirling Cup now, I'd say.
3 goals to Peter Bazasto. And as Lou was saying, the ever-reliable Des English, and when the ball's up in the air, he's a little bit like Gary Ayres of Hawthorn. There's very few times that he doesn't mark it and mark it truly, and that was another example. Then a well-placed kick to Bazasto, and away Carlton went again. And Richmond, although they've played far better in this second half, have never been able to bridge the gap.
Well, we're just on the 26-minute mark, and as I said before, this will be the first night premiership Carlton have ever won, and they've won the total prize money of $115,000. There's no way the Tigers can win it from here now. Just on the 26-minute mark, and you could say that the Blues have got this Stirling Cup wrapped up now, and this is their first ever night premiership, Pete, isn't it?
Yes, it is, after being runners-up in night football 5 times.
The ball down now to Waitman, spins out the pack, he's grabbed, tries to get a hand pass out, he's successful. Foley gives it over to Landy. A running shot at goal, not a bad sort of a kick either. Good bit of shepherding by Roach, and it's through for a goal for the Tigers. So it's 14-15-99 Carlton for Richmond, 9 goals, 660.
It's a belated goal by the Blues, and we watch again on replay with our camera shot from behind the goals. Landy straightens up. A better play.
39 points the difference in favour of Carlton. But really, it has been goal for goal since half-time. Malin's kick is short. Mark Buckley goes for the knock-on. Intercepting is Tim Jepp. and it will be a ball up on the centre square line. Fortunately for both clubs, no serious injuries. Barry Rowling's got a rather heavy knock. Seems to be suffering from a bruised shoulder, but should be okay for Saturday. Rioli, Wiley at left half forward, takes the mark. Amid of tension from Hartney, gets clear. Wiley lobs it high. Oh, Roach tried to drag it in one-handed. Here's Egan scouting well, and a snapshot is through for a goal. 2 goals to Egan, so the Tigers adding a little bit of respectability to their score now. A deficit of 33 points.
Yes, no chance of winning the game, but nonetheless, you must admire the way that...
Well, it's still a bit of spirit there, Bob, isn't there?
Yes, it's pity Carlton, I suppose, got that break on them in the second quarter when they kicked 6 straight for 1-2. Since then, Richmond have matched them in the scoring department.
Well, the Blues wouldn't be sorry because there's $115,000 at stake, Pete.
33 points the difference. Lee and Jones, won by Lee, picked up by Ashman. Torpedo punt kick out towards left half forward. Malthouse is there doing battle with Jimmy Buckley. Nicky can't get clear. Has to go for the short kick, which traverses the boundary line round about centre wing, and we'll see once again a boundary throw-in. Almost in the position where we'll be seeing the presentation at the conclusion of the game. Francis Burke down there already. Lee and Jones. Good use of the body by Jones, and palms it out, intercepting as Wally Lovett. Tackled very solidly by Bortolotto and Johnston, and that will necessitate a ball up at centre wing. Rioli handing the ball back to umpire Kevin Smith. He's tried hard for Richmond. Lee and Jones again, palmed away by Lee. Johnston has the ball, a free kick going Carlton's way, and the recipient on this occasion will be Big Wow Jones. He'll take it at left centre wing.
And we're just on the 29.5-minute mark, so it's just about over as we see the long kick right down there towards the full forward position. A good mark taken there by Mark Buckley. Mark Buckley would only be about, let me see, no more than about 25 to 30 metres out from goal. There's Andy Baston.
A 15-metre penalty.
Well, this gives him a great chance now. He'd be no more than about 15 metres out, and Buckley going for goal number 2. And, of course, goal number 15 for the Blues. That's through for 1 point. So at the moment it's 14 goals, 16, 100 Carlton. There's the siren to end the match, and Carlton are the 1983 Stirling Cup Grand Final winners. A fine effort by the Blues, and of course the Tigers were never in the race after about halfway through the 10 minutes. But what a great performance by Carlton to win their first ever night premiership, and of course this would lift the morale of the team no end. Struggle to get back in the 5, and they're in there now with a fighting chance. And I think from now on we'll see a different Carlton side for the rest of the season. They'd be a very happy mob, I would say. And the crowd, Peter, streaming onto the ground, ready to give their champions the plaudits they really deserved it up, because they were the better side all night. We must give full marks to the Tigers too, Bob, because they did fight it out. But the final scores, Pete?
14-16, 100. Carlton defeating Richmond 10-6, 66.